Gary Lineker is a disgrace.
MSN, 100+ goals. Our front line can reach close to those standards.
When have you seen me this excited heading into a season? You haven't.
We're top of the league, bitch.
No, you're moving mad. I'm not part of this, by the way.
That's the Premier League table at Christmas, just for the month.
We got 12 wins. Do you know how many games it took the Invincibles to get to 12 wins?
17 games?
You're so close, it's 18.
Quadruple still on. You might see me dancing with a Brazilian flag outside the Emirates if we're challenging for titles again.
6 months later.
Now listen, nobody's given us a chance. Let's all be positive. I'm here to say to you that it's not over yet.
Look at my man's leg though. His leg is stretching out. It's probably going to be, it might even be
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
On the side, it's a goal, man.
2-0.
Oh my god.
That's so bad.
Every fucking time!
Does it change that much? We still got to go there and win.
Oh, fuck these Sharks, man.
Well.
Quadruple, yeah? Quadruple, yeah?
Do you know why you're a real one, yeah? You know why you're a real one. Before we cook you, I'll tell you why you're a real one. Because when Cecil brought out that abomination of a t-shirt, you literally said early doors, I want no part of this. I want no part of this. And now, when you lot got smacked 4-1, I even put that Cecil photo up on my Insta myself. I saw it on Abby's Instagram. I saw it all over Twitter. I saw it on IG elsewhere as well. Good, man. Good.
Cecil should be here, man. Let me ask him if he's free to take over, man, Carl.
He's the reason why you lot.
I saw him today. He's not the same, man. You know, I was all around Northwest today getting a cut, and I'm bumping into Arsenal fans everywhere, and they're just not the same. Like they're demoralized. They're just broken, man. It was tough therapy sessions all around.
Do you expect us to be the same, yeah?
Well, I mean, it's not done. You're still top, right?
It's not over, innit? Listen to Laurie, innit? It's not over.
You're still top of the league. Still top of the... Cecil's t-shirt is not wrong, to be fair. It's still top. I don't know what all the big fuss is about, to be honest.
Yeah, but you got MSN, man. You got MSN. They should do well, man. You know, since you said that in Turkish, have you just don't know, man. I feel like you're a part of this as well, man. Like since you've been talking about MSN and all this, like the form's been a bit,
No, to be honest, Jesus and Martinelli still been scoring goals. Saka scored a goal and assist at Southampton. They've still been doing their thing. It's more overall as a team that's cost us. But yeah, go on.
Like, I'm actually disappointed. I'm you know what? I'm actually disappointed. Like I'm really, really, disappointed in Arsenal. They're capitulating, man. That was men against boys, that man. What was all that, man? Like where was Partey? Like getting roughed up, man. Thomas Partey we're talking about.
It's just the Holding fault, it's all Holding. It's Rob Holding. Rob Holding played attack, defense, midfield, and goalkeeper. It's all Rob Holding fault.
It's mad. After all of this, all of these little comments, Turkish in the top left of the screen, smiling, all these little jabs, all these little comments, all these little snide comments, all nothing. There's nothing to show for it. You're not going to win a single thing this season. You're not going to lift anything. You know when they do that meme of Tottenham and they're just lifting oxygen? This is what you man are doing. You're lifting oxygen at the end of the season. Not a single trophy. What's that all about, bro? You man have got bigger fish to fry.
I don't want to say it, but I did warn them. I did warn them. You know what I'm saying? I was like, listen. We're out of the Europa League, bigger fish to fry. We're out of the FA Cup, bigger fish to fry. I said, that's probably not the angle you want to take. It's probably not the stance you want to take, but do your thing, man. Do your thing.
How can you have bigger fish to fry and then everybody ends up hungry?
To be honest, let's not forget, let's not forget. When Hugh says, I told them was not me. You lot have been pressing me most of the season to say, are we going to win the league? You must win the league. I've told you that Man City are favourites. I predicted a Man City win on Wednesday. For me, it was over after Southampton because I didn't expect to take anything from Etihad. So I've had a week now to get over it. So Here
Yeah,
I
it's,
am.
it's people like my brother that deserve the panning. He was so sure.
Yeah, that brother of yours deserves a real humble.
Yeah, he deserves
That
the
brother of
panning.
yours is a big mouth.
Tossing.
He's done a
A
lot
lot
of
of people want
talking
it
this
now.
season.
What was that nonsense he was saying? If you see this, hold that. He was talking that nonsense. Oh, they don't want it enough. Oh, we're just more hungry for it.
City
We're
have gone
hungry.
stale. City
This
aren't
rubbish,
hungry.
man.
They don't want it enough. Haaland makes them worse as well. Haaland makes us worse. Haaland's the top scorer. He's broken another record. Most goals in one Premier League season. He took his hairband off and was starting to get ready for his post-match routine. You know, wash his hair, have a shower. Is now while I'm at it, I might as well go break the record. Let's make it 4. We took the piss, man. It was an absolute education. It was an education for a young, inexperienced Arsenal team who they played great all season. That's fine. But experience rose to the top. Cream rose to the top. We told them, Big Steve told them, not Turkish. I will stress that, not Turkish. He was one of the more reserved Arsenal fans all season. But Tosin, Bavs, that Julian, that Levy-looking guy on AFTV, he's a waffler as well. He's a waffler as well.
He was wild, man. He was wild.
Big Steve told them outside the Emirates, there's blood in the water and the shark is circling. The shark got closer and closer and closer, and it caught the fish. You were trying to cook fish, we caught the fish. We've done our job. Long way to go now. 5 games or so. I think we can get over the line, but that was a big, big stamp of authority. We schooled Arsenal from minute 1 to 90, whatever it was. They never laid a glove on us. They never laid a glove on us. I couldn't believe what had happened. Within 6 minutes, we're 1-0 up. I was like, wow, an absolute education. And I'm buzzing with it, man. This team is on a roll right now. I think that's 16 unbeaten. Slamming goals in. Champions League semi-final. FA Cup final. Opportunity to go top of the league this Sunday. We're doing it, man.
The thing is,
I just wanted a question for Turkish before you go, Matisse. I remember, and I want you to ask this question of your fan base, because I recall you brutally savaging me on this platform when I was talking about, what do you have to show for it? And someone put in a super chat. Do you remember? It's not about the trophies or whatever. It's about the memories along the way. Do you remember that? Do you remember that super chat?
I remember something like that vaguely.
Oh, you remember something like that? Okay, cool. So now that it's near on confirmed that you're not going to win anything, despite you being to use that voice of yours to echo the same thoughts to your fan base. I want you to do that. I want you to tell them how you told me that Spurs went, despite how good we were in some of these seasons, it didn't matter because we didn't win anything. I want you to keep the same energy. That's what I want. Yeah. Don't talk to me about no MSN. Don't talk to me about your amazing football this season. Talk about the bottom line, because that's all that matters when it's Spurs. That's all that matters when it's Spurs, right?
But what's the question? What's the question?
No, there's no question. I said I want you to relay this message to your fan base. Use your platform, Mr. 80K subs, Mr. Big Man. I want you to use your platform, brother. Yeah, use your platform. Listen, I want you to spread the word.
I've said it on here. I've said if you don't win nothing come the end of the season, it's not memorable. I've said that on AFTV as well. A platform with 1 point however many million. That's the realist. That's in my opinion. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of fans, and those are the fans you're speaking to when they say things like, it's still been a successful season, and light at the end of the tunnel. Right now, obviously, it's still very fresh. Like I said, I thought it was over after Southampton. Even that West Ham result was kind of an indicator that things were going pear-shaped. For me, I've had some time to chill on it. I've come to terms with it. I didn't expect to beat City at the Etihad. Is the season a success? No. Has there been progress? Yes. Have we made friends along the way? No. Does it look like Arsenal made any friends? Bear of the Ops are doing watch-alongs all year. Like I've said before, we've come a long way to be at a stage where the opposition fans are doing watch-alongs, praying for our downfall. Because before we was irrelevant to you, man. Now it's different times.
That's nothing to be celebrated, though. But I get what you mean. I don't think that's something to be celebrated. But at the same time, you man coming out with nothing. It's true. Matisse is right. You know what I mean? It's not a success for any fans that are coming here with this copium. Like, you know what I mean? You're losers, basically. You came second, and that's it. Simple as that. There's no kind of pretty way of making it. And I think that's what Arsenal fans at the minute want us to say. Oh, yeah, you took part. No. Ultimately, you bottled it.
But the thing is that just makes it extra mad. Is like I said, they put all of their eggs in this basket.
Exactly.
They got themselves kicked out of every other competition. You could have won the Europa League if you went with a strong team in the return leg. You could have won the FA Cup if you went with a strong team at the Etihad. But you guys you rotated and you changed and you tweaked and you tinkered, all for this, all to come second, and you haven't even taken it right down to the last day. I'm talking to Arsenal fans today, and they're telling me, "Oh, we're not too confident about Chelsea." I said, "Huh? What? London is red. West London is red. Brentford are tweeting that West London is red, and you man are not confident against Chelsea. Are you mad? You better make sure that you push Manchester City all the way. Surely you man are not going to go and capitulate now and leave them 10 points clear at the end of the season.
Is that the next we must? Is that the next?
Of course you must. This is all you got.
Also,
if you man actually allow Manchester City to do, yeah, brother, you don't go anywhere. Everybody don't go anywhere. But listen,
everyone knows where Chelsea are.
There's no way you guys are gonna now throw in the towel and you're gonna let Man City go and do a big, nice, comfortable gap after ditching all the other competition.
You have to fight.
There's no way you're gonna do that. That would be mad. This is everything for you lot. This Premier League, they're still challenging on 3 fronts. And listen, I know they got a deep squad, but unfortunately you do, sir. But
yes,
it's a damn shame that
squad. We have a talented squad. I'll take that.
It's a damn shame that Player of the Month Trossard's not getting used. It's a damn shame that Jorginho's not getting the game time. It's a damn shame that Kivior from January is not doing a Mazzolini as well. It's a madness.
Lad, I've been very, very silent on purpose, right? Because I can see little Turkish's face, lad, and he's a good lad. He's a good lad, and I don't want to jump on his back, lad, because you see them scars that he's about to have, lad. I've got loads of them already, so I can't really do it to Turkish. I know what the battle's like against Man City, and it's one of them, lads. You can't compete with them.
Yours was a battle, though. Yours was a battle. Is this?
Yeah. People don't respect these Liverpool team. The Liverpool team that took these to the very last day of the season about 3 times, lad. They don't respect that team, lad, which is mad. But you know why they don't respect them? Because we only won it once, lad. And that's exactly how this Arsenal team is going to be remembered as well, unfortunately. It's just one of them, lad. City have 22 players and they can compete on all 4 fronts and they can keep going, lad. They've been here. Every single thing that everyone said right now, I've been listening. It's all down to inexperience. You just didn't put a strong team out in Europa League because you wanted to put all your eggs in the Premier League. That's failed, lad. So now, what's the next step? Who knows? You've got to try and go for a big summer now, attract some players, and try and go again next season. The problem is, lad, this season was an opportunity season. This season was the chance for somebody else other than Liverpool and City to win the league. City, although Haaland's been scoring and they are pairing right now, they definitely are. They didn't have a great start, which is what they do all the time, to be quite honest with you. But they dropped more points than they have in last season. So whoever it was had the opportunity. Newcastle have seized their opportunity to get into top 4. You're seeing Brentford and Aston Villa seize their opportunity to get into top 6. But Arsenal, they just haven't come clutch where it mattered. And it's history repeating itself, lad. We all knew this was going to happen. We all know that nobody has to do anything to Arsenal, unfortunately, because they'll do it to themselves. And that's exactly what they did last season as well. They had top 4 in the bag, and they flapped it in the last few games to get to 5th. And it's not... I don't know what you're trying to say. I know you're trying to say it nicely, but come on, mate. I'm not Tottenham, lad. I'm not United. I have no beef with Arsenal fans. Like,
Toby, send that to me. I'll get it up on the screen properly.
What is that? What is it?
But you are trying to say the history of Arsenal because they've done this.
I'm saying I just know. I said it in my comments.
Haven't you lot bottled stuff, Saeed?
No, listen again. Don't
you bottled the game yesterday, lads.
I'm asking. No, but he's putting a question out there. I'm just saying. Every single hold on. Listen, every single club here has bottled things. Every single club. Every
2013, 14, Liverpool, lads. Remember Chris Campbell?
You're saying, is it the history of Arsenal? Like, we're not the 3rd most successful team in this whole fucking country.
No, but I'm talking about the way Doyle's putting it out. And it's a nice way of saying it. That's what I'm saying. I'm just literally reiterating what he's trying to say. I'm making it out. Listen, you know what? This is what he means. That's all I'm doing.
Speaking from trauma, me lad. I'm speaking. It's all from trauma, lad. Like I said, it is from trauma, lad. I can't do it to them.
I'm feeling right now. It's trauma.
and to be fair to Liverpool, I said it in one of my posts, lad. We got to 3 seasons with 90 plus points, lad. and only one of them we won the season. Before that, lads, right, 90 points guaranteed you a Premier League title. Do you know, Man United, yeah, I've got 80-something points 4 times to win the league, lad. That means we would have won the league 4 times over if City didn't exist, lad. This team is phenomenal. They are the Real Madrid of Premier League, lad. They are just insane, unfortunately, lad. And I know what it's like to watch your team play the best football you've ever seen them play, lad. Maybe not ever seen for Arsenal, but the best football you've seen in many, many years. It's insane. You're excited by it, and it's beautiful to watch, but it's still not good enough, lad, because you don't have the team that City do. As simple as that. Credit to them. Credit to them. They definitely buy well. They've got a great manager. He's a genius. And everything on the pitch is marvellous, lad. Can't fault it. I love watching Kevin De Bruyne. Wonderful player. Everything off the pitch, however, don't really know about all that stuff. But, right, you got to give them the credit for the trophies that they've won and the players that and how they've played the game, lad. They're phenomenal. I just hate them, unfortunately. Respect them, but I hate them.
We know most of this chat is Arsenal, right? So, in terms of the chat, can you just put the flags in if you're from Africa, from Asia, from England, from from South America? I just want to see all of that, because that massive speech at the Etihad. I mean, it was deep. I felt it. I'm not gonna lie, Robbie. I saw him today. Where are you? Yo, get them flags in the chat. I need that universal, that global support.
Where are you?
Because it's a big day. It's a big day, guys.
You Londoners are loving this, innit? Look at these Londoners, lad. They're loving this.
You remember that? Turkish, you remember that? D. Smith, right?
Yeah, I remember that. Why didn't you save that for weekend roundup? Why are you bringing that shit here? You're asking me to talk for another man.
You're all getting cooked on the Big Six, bro. All of you. Cecil, everybody, bro. You're all getting cooked. I can't lie.
Cecil was wild, man. What was he thinking, though? Seriously, Cecil. What was going through his mind? Do you know? You know what was going through his mind when he put that?
Let me message Robbie.
Listen, I can't answer for another man, Saeed. I can't lie to you. I can't.
That's the point, lad. It's what I said earlier, lad. He'd seen his team playing the best football he's seen in years, lad, and he got excited by it. That's what we all do, lad.
Yeah.
But the problem with City is you've got to wait until the very last minute of the last game to be able to say yes. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, lad, they'll just chase
wait
it
until the final whistle, because you know they like their last minute.
Lad, I told you last season, yeah, they were 2-0 down on the 70th fucking minute, lad, yeah, and we had to still come back. I was sitting there, lad, shaking, screaming, like this is finally gonna happen, lad.
Yeah.
You seen what they did, lads. You seen exactly what they did.
Man. That's just it, man. I have no issue with fans who are really enjoying the fact that they're seeing progress in their team and they're seeing better football than they've seen in recent years. I have no problem with people enjoying that. My issue is with the Arsenal fans who just showed absolutely no respect for the last 4 to 5 champions and we've won the league many times over the years. Just completely wrote us off. So many people are just like, oh, City have gone stale. City won't do it. City don't have the nerve. They're not playing the way they used to. I never bought into that. Matisse was calling panic shows on his channel, and Hassan was on the show saying Arsenal's going to win, they win the league. I said, I'm not panicking. So I know what this team is capable of. I know what Pep Guardiola is capable of. I know when our players click into gear, it's very, very hard to stop them. We have so many seasoned winners with so much experience at this stage of the season, like Kevin De Bruyne, Ruben Diaz, Rodri, these kind of players. They pull up their socks, they lace their boots, and they're ready to go. And try to stop players. So I had so much faith that this will eventually happen. You'll find no single clip of me this whole season conceding City losing the title this season.
Same as me. You'll find no clip of me saying that Arsenal were going to win the league. All of those emergency streams and watch-alongs, they was just there to just tease them, just taunt them, just like, yeah, I'm really worried. I'm really stressed. It was just a little bit of fun. It's just a bit of fun. I always knew you men were going to do it.
It's all naivety, lad. That's all it is. The team and the fans, lad. This is the first time in 12 years, 15 years, whatever. It's naivety, lad. That's all it is. We all get humbled by football, lad, and Arsenal have for sure been humbled this season, unfortunately for them, lad. It was, as a Liverpool fan, though, I am going to say this, lad. If Arsenal come in and won the league on 80-something points, lad, that would have done my head in. That would have really annoyed me, to be quite honest with you. Just because the amount of times I've seen Liverpool push and not get over the line, and then you come through and just do that would have done me head in. However, seeing City go for a treble now doesn't make me happy. The one thing is, as long as City never, ever, ever touch that Champions League cup, I'm happy. That's fine.
I'm with you.
You're gonna. Unfortunately, you're not gonna get your wish this
I know,
season.
and that's the problem, lad. It's horrible.
For an irrelevant little club, they're all stressing very much about City getting their hands on silverware. Whatever happens, we don't care about Man City.
I don't give a damn. I'm not gonna lie.
I care about the game, lads. I care about my beautiful football game that I love truly and deeply, lads. And I hate the fact that City can just spend the way to winning trophies. And yes, I did give you credit earlier about your recruitment.
That's nonsense, that though, man. You know that too.
We
bought properly. We bought efficiently.
You have, without a shadow of a doubt.
Look at the poor fellow above you. He's bought like absolute shit over the last 10 years.
I agree, lads. I totally agree with you. But without the money, you wouldn't have the surge.
I think top right and bottom left to prove you can't buy success. You can't buy class, mate. You just
agree. I agree. You have
600 million for 11th place.
What I would say though is,
hey, slow down there, buddy. I was just sticking up for you. Yeah,
15 years ago.
This is why this relationship always breaks down, because you just don't show me the respect I give you.
Relationship. How many times tell you this? There's no relationship.
Hey, this is oil brotherhood. The amount of respect I show you constantly, and you just throw it back in my face. Honestly, what's wrong with you?
Hey, this what I would say, lads. 15, 20 years ago, yeah, your team without the money was getting relegated, was fighting in the League One, League Two, whatever it was, lad. Yeah, that's reality, lad. So City fans can say they've been efficient, and they have, without a shadow of a doubt. The money that they've spent is spent well. The recruitment that they've done is done well. But without that money and that surge, it wouldn't have pushed you on to be the City that you are right now. So any City fans that say it's not the money, I can't agree with that, like, because it is.
Anybody's naive to believe that money is not required in some shape or form to have success.
Exactly.
But it's about how you use it. It's about how you use it, and we've put an infrastructure in place that has allowed us to prosper and be successful. And all these people who talk about City have no history. I mean, Arsenal talked about it all season. We're the bigger club. We have more history. I couldn't give a damn. You're living in our history right now. You're all living in our history, and we've shit all over you for the last 10 years.
Not us, though,
Doyle, we've ruined one of your golden eras, possibly your best team in Premier League history.
We got to win that. You know why you haven't, like? Because we won every single cup that we could possibly win. And there's one thing that you haven't done yet, and that's win the Champions League. So until you do that, lad, there is no ruining of our goal.
Yet is the word.
Because what I would say is you or SAEED or Turkish or Matisse, the moments that I had during them successes and them triumphs were glorious, and they will never be taken away from me, lad. That Champions League in 2019. Beautiful, the crappiest Champions League final I've ever seen, but wonderful, wonderful. And they can't be taken away from me, lad. So golden era or not, what you can say about it is I've had enjoyable moments from this team, lad, and I'll never ever forget them. That's it.
I mean, we've all had enjoyable moments.
Could have had more, so
we could have, but we still won everything.
You've enjoyed it, but you could have had more, and that does eat you alive a bit deep down, doesn't it?
Not really, lads. Not really. What doesn't it does win the Premier League, but everything else, lad, we've been a renowned success without, and we've built the club fantastically well. We bought 30 million pound players and turned them into 100 million pound players, lad.
I know what Matisse, you're just not being inclusive, man. Why are you saying that, man?
No, I'm saying we've all seen great things. We've all seen trophies and
you also paid for your success as well, though.
There's no need to compare, right? You've got trebles, you've got doubles, you've got Champions Leagues, you've got leagues, centurions. Everybody. Sorry, who's that? Huh?
What did you made me turn off my flipping camera?
No, do you not remember Jonathan? No. Do you not remember Jonathan Woodgate's winner, bro? Turn your camera on, bro. You can be part of this.
No, that's 2008, bro. You weren't born when that happened, so that's
Jonathan Woodgate, man. Come on, man. Jonathan Woodgate, man.
But you know what, though? We've kind of gone back.
We're back up, yeah. All right, cool.
You're back, bro.
Oh God, mad.
But anyway,
Turkish, how do you feel about Arsenal being history makers for the wrong reasons if you don't win this league?
What do you mean by being on top for however long we was on top for and not?
Yeah. So it's actually if you don't go ahead and win this league, which isn't over mathematically, but let's be real, it's Man City are probably gonna go ahead.
Yeah,
and win
they're gonna do it.
If you don't lift this trophy, you will be number one longest team to be top of the table in a single Premier League season without going on to win it. And guess who the other two teams in second and third are?
That would be
Arsenal.
Arsenal. Yeah.
That would be us.
So is it fair to say that you guys are history makers in that regard?
Well, if we don't win the league this year, then if you're talking about the history of teams that have been top for most, then yeah, obviously we'll be top of that. But it doesn't mean it makes it any harder. Whether we was top for one day near the end of the season or top the whole season, if you don't win it, you don't win it.
I get that. But, I mean, you set records here if you don't win it. That's the point I was making.
It's been one of them seasons as well. I say this all
breaking
the
our
time.
own record, right?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, this has been a weird season, lads. It's been like a phantom season. Tottenham have been in top four, lad, for about 74 months, even though they shouldn't be there, really. Arsenal have been top on merit by playing well, but they've always been a game or two in hand. And it's the same across the league everywhere. There's just been different amount of games played from each other. So you've never been able to read the table correctly, to be honest with you. And I think Arsenal have suffered from that. And because what they've done is we're miles ahead, we're 8 points ahead. In reality, they're not. They're 2 points ahead. And they've
been a bit arrogant
because they've been complacent. No, I think they've been naive. I don't think they've been arrogant.
Naive,
I think they've been naive because they're young lads. So when they go 2-0 up, they think, yeah, we've won. We've absolutely smashed these already. But that 2-0 lead is one of the most unsecure leads you can possibly have. It lulls you into a false sense of security that you're going to win the game. But 2 goals can be scored very quickly, lad. So it's all come down to naivety. Same from the manager. It's come down to just not being there and not having experienced it before. What Arsenal have to do now is use this and take this as a lesson to build upon. That's what you have to do. It reminds me of when Liverpool lost the league in 13-14, yeah. We beat City at their ground, we thought we were going to win the league, and then we absolutely flapped it. From there, we had a fire in our bellies to go and surge and get some success from that, lad, and we learned from it, and we built a team around Jurgen Klopp, and we were ruthless, lad, and that's what Arsenal have to be, and they have been by getting rid of Aubameyang and all that type of stuff, and they have to be ruthless now. They have to get rid of big players that don't no longer serve them and get new players in. We did it. We got rid of Philippe Coutinho, who was our best player at the time, and sold him for 140 so we could get two lads in, Virgil and Alisson, and look at the success that we got from them, lad. Arsenal have to take this as a lesson and not as a failure, because if you take it as a failure, the lessons will repeat themselves. They're just going to keep going, lads. Got to keep going. So,
yeah. In isolation, look, 2 things happen next season. Let's say we go into next season and we're back to challenging for top 4. This season will be deemed a failure, full stop. But next season, if we build on what you said and use the pain as motivation and kick on and challenge again, potentially win it, then we look back at this season as the start of something special more than it would be a failure. Because,
catalyst.
Yeah, a catalyst. Because you're right, to get to City's level, to get to even Liverpool's level, albeit this season you haven't been the same, you have to go through moments like this as well. A young team's going to have to do it. Yeah, I mean, Jesus and Zinchenko, as much as they come in and offer their experience, they haven't been through much pain. They haven't had much painful experiences in football to know what this even feels like. So, I look at the game and I think naivety is a good word. I think, Arteta, whether he changed the formation at the start and we didn't get a result, and whether he went in the same like he did and didn't get a result, he was always going to get stick if we didn't get a result. There would always be, someone saying something about, he should have done this, he should have done that. That's just part and parcel of football now, especially online and whatnot. But I said this on AFTV, I would have understood more if he tried to change it up, because it is City. At the end of the day, you can play the football you're playing throughout the whole season, but we're coming up against the defending champions, the best team in the league for the past 6 years. Pep even made a change for us. So if we could have preempted that and made a change ourselves, because there was many doubts about certain players, certain people stepping up to the plate in Saliba's absence, we didn't really protect ourselves in that sense. So, a lot of it does fall on Arteta. He needs to learn from it. Like Doyle said, he needs to, use this experience and turn it into a positive. I think that's what he did last year, missing out on top 4 to Tottenham. He's got to do the same again now, TOBS.
No, I fully agree. All jokes aside, I think you can't really be ashamed of pushing Man City as close as you have done. Obviously, agenda aside, but I think we also need to acknowledge just how good Man City were that game, because to play like that in a title decider, they absolutely blitz you lot from start to finish.
Yeah.
And 4-1 massively flatters you, man. Massively flatters you, man. I counted like 7, maybe 8 opportunities where they could have put the ball in the back of the net. I felt like everything you were good at, they made you lot crap at, and they
Shut
did
down.
it better.
Yeah, shut
Like
down.
pressing off the ball, they were maniacs, bro. Like it felt like Man City had like 2-3 man to one of your players every single time you man had the ball, and on the ball, I felt like every single time they tried to build out from the back, they always had a man free. I feel like his tweak in the midfield was so good because I feel like it gave them more bodies in the middle of the park, and then that link up with Kevin De Bruyne, because he even said it in his post match, Kevin De Bruyne and Haaland. Bro, Haaland was playing like Didier Drogba and Harry Kane that game. Like Holding would try to come tight. Wow, pause, flipping hell. Holding would try to get up. Pause. Holding would try to get up get as tight as possible on Haaland, and Haaland would just bring the ball down and play it off to Kevin De Bruyne, and Kevin De Bruyne would just take the ball, carry it a couple yards off the pitch, try and get a shot or a pass on, man. I felt like Man City, just every angle, they wanted, if they could go long, they could hit you. If they wanted to play out from the back, they could hit you. If they wanted to play for the wide players, they could hit you. And I feel like the only blemish really for Man City is that they conceded a goal, because I felt like their performance was good enough for them to win that game like 5-0 and come out of that spotless, because they were that good in comparison to you, man.
This is always going to happen, lads. Like Arsenal have conceded more goals than Chelsea, lads, and Chelsea are crap, lads. I'm saying they are not a good team, so it was always going to happen. And also, we already had signs of this, bro. They went to the Emirates and beat them. They played them in the FA Cup and beat them. We knew this was going to happen, as well as experience. Kevin De Bruyne has been there, done that, knows the story, lad. He knows everything about it, and you've seen it. He's a world-class midfielder, and it was actually the first time, to be honest with you, that I've sat and watched City and went, wow, this team is genuinely beautiful to watch. It really is. And Kevin De Bruyne is right at the helm of it, mate. I think I had a debate about this. I've always thought Modric is the best midfielder of our generation. What a footballer. Incredible. However, when I watched Kevin De Bruyne, I was thinking, is he the best midfielder in the world right now? I think he probably is, lad. He's unbelievable. The way his footballing IQ, his map of the pitch, lad, the way he read that game. His first goal was incredibly intelligent. He knew exactly what he was doing. He used the run as a decoy. You've seen the man's body shape in front of him, and he made a very quick split decision as to take the man on. And he found a spot straight away with Ramsdale and slotted it, lad. That is genuine world-class footballing. Yeah. It's unbelievable. And it's just, it's just scary, lad. One thing I would say though is, you know who you want to be scared of now? And you want to be terrified of these, yeah? Because they're a bit different to City in the sense that, yes, City have great fans, they do, lad. Everyone says they've got no fans, but it's because, you know, it's like Everton and Liverpool. There's a smaller club in that city, so they haven't had global success to build that fan base, but they will. They definitely will in the next few generations. So, I've got my points.
Now, when I look at the goals as well, I mean, SAEED, you mentioned Partey already. I'll add Xhaka to that. The midfield, the TOBS, you said it. God. They had the overload in midfield, and the overload in midfield was our thing for the majority of this season. So Pep's change just shut that down completely. They didn't really go down the flanks. Everything was down the middle. If you look at the first goal, Partey, De Bruyne actually starts behind Partey, runs past him, collects the ball from Haaland. If you look at the second goal, Partey gives away a silly free kick. If you look at the third goal, Odegaard gives the ball away, yes. But Partey's tracking back, but he's not really running. So I don't know if he's got an injury or something, because especially that third goal, if you look at him tracking back, he's struggling to break out of first gear. So he must have an injury. I'm not making this as an excuse, but I was looking at that and thinking, what kind of desire is that? Like, where's the heart? Where's the determination? Where's the passion? Because all De Bruyne had to do for that third goal was take a couple steps to the left, get into the space, pass in, and he nutmegs Holding for the goal, 3-0. And when you start, look at the way we ended the first half and started the second half. The game was done. TOBS is right. It could have been worse. If it wasn't for Ramsdale, who I look at for the first goal and the fourth goal and say, you probably should have done better. But if it wasn't for him, it would have been worse. So it's aside from him, Reece Nelson came on and had a decent cameo. But no one on that pitch deserved anything. Martinelli probably touched the ball 5-6 times. We couldn't get the ball to him. Saka, same thing on that side. Jesus, I've mentioned him and Zinchenko already. Listen, they're leaders because of what they've gone through at Manchester City. But they also needed leaders to guide them at Manchester City. They're still mid-20s, so the lack of the lack of real experience in the side, I think, cost us, because Holding, Partey, and Xhaka were the experienced ones by age, but they were probably three of the worst on the pitch.
Duke's rabbits caught in the headlights, lad. That's exactly what it was. They were all shocked. Absolutely, they couldn't play the game. And before, by the way, when I was saying my point, you all want to be scared of Newcastle because their support is unbelievable. They really, really are. So be terrified.
They're next up, man. They're next up. Yeah. But I think ultimately, you're right. Your better performing players didn't turn up. Odegaard, for me, man. I rate Odegaard, but where's he been, man? Last couple of games, man. He's meant to be the kind of one that's meant to make you tick. He's supposed to be your De Bruyne. I know it's not; they're not comparable. But if that's their creative spark, he's meant to be your creative spark. But he's not. He wasn't in the game, and that's the difference, man. I think obviously Partey as well.
Big game players, lads. Big game players. You need.
I think they were just heavily overwhelmed, man. I think Arsenal were just totally overwhelmed. I mean, I remember at halftime, I was in the stand. I was about 5 rows on the pitch. I was looking at those Arsenal players walking off, and their faces, man, they were genuinely shell shocked. And
I agree.
That's because nobody's played against Arsenal at that pace and that tempo this season. Nobody has. Not one team has met them at that level.
I mean, I think we did in the second half.
I mean, even the Emirates on February 15th, Arsenal had most of the possession in that game. They had more possession to finish the game, so it shows they had some level of dominance, but we cranked it up another 2 or 3 gears in that game on Wednesday night, and they were completely shell-shocked. I have no doubt that Partey and Odegaard are very good players, but they were completely overwhelmed by the pace we were playing at. I mean, De Bruyne's second goal, I think it was 4 passes, one to John Stones, he clips one into Haaland, Haaland one touch, De Bruyne's gone. That kind of pace, you just can't stop. And the thing is, what struck me the most about City was so enjoyable, was we're so used to going down the wings, using Grealish, using Bernardo, using Mars, whoever's there, Foden. We just went direct. We said, we're going right through you. We're using the pace and power of Erling Haaland, who I want to put emphasis on this. His technical ability has come on leaps and bounds this year. When he first arrived, I said it on the show, I think he had a touch like Bambi on ice. Lethal finisher, but he had to work on his touch. He's now got a serious footballing ability and a footballing IQ as well. He's able to get in front of his man, take one touch, lay it off, De Bruyne is gone. Haaland has the same amount of assists this season as Odegaard. And Odegaard is typically one of the best midfielders in the world right now. Haaland's the same amount of assists. That's because he's improved on his footballing ability. And the telepathic understanding that those two have formed, and it's just the beginning of, De Bruyne and Haaland, is absolutely frightening. I was watching them on the pitch, even when they're not in possession. They just know where each other are all the time. They're snapping their heads and looking to see where the other person is. Sometimes when we're just at that level, you can't stop it. And that's something Arsenal experienced. And like I said at the start of this, they were totally shell-shocked. I don't even mean this in a disrespectful way, but they were schooled. They really were schooled on, if this is how, if you want to be a Premier League, you have to at least hit this level that we're showing you right now. And they couldn't do it Wednesday night. So I'm not to say they can't bring that into future seasons and eventually hit that, but I think this is a missed opportunity massively for Arsenal this season for obvious reasons. Newcastle does said next up. Chelsea will continue to throw cash at the wall. Man United will probably throw cash at it too. Toby, I'm sorry, mate. I don't know about Tottenham. Arsenal, I'm sure they'll improve too. But like, there's teams improving, man. There's teams improving, so it's possibly a missed opportunity. And 8 points clear at one stage, and we were singing it. We're doing the Poznan in the 50th minute. 8 points, and you fucked it up. You can't do that, man.
I think one thing to say, sorry, Matisse, one thing to say with Arsenal in their defense is, with their team being so young, with the level that they've been able to hit this year, with so many players that still need to develop, I don't think they're just going to go away. And I feel like they can use this year as a springboard to even come harder next year. Again, pause, flipping
biggest
hell, man.
Fucking
you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Big
you know
pause,
what I mean? You know what I mean? But you guys know what I mean. They're going to come. What I'm saying is they can use it to make a fist of next season properly, right? We spoke about the deficiencies you guys have in your team, the drop-offs when certain players aren't in the team, etc., etc. So, like, there's every possibility that Arsenal can be in a race next season, especially when we've seen some of the performances you've had, provided you can keep these guys fit and you can improve your depth. But I just want to, sorry, I know we've spoken about it, but I just want to zero in on Kevin De Bruyne, man, because this is a guy that wasn't really that good to start with this season, but I kid you not, every single time Man City need this guy in the crunch, he comes alive, man. He really does, bro.
Big game player.
It's crazy. It's crazy. The amount of disrespect that this guy gets. Like, for me, he's been the best midfielder on the planet, minimum, for the past 2 years. And he always gets this. Oh, he didn't turn up in the World Cup. Oh, he didn't do this. He didn't do that. Brother, 38-game season, Man City. it's probably going to be 5 Premier League titles in 6 years, and he's at the forefront of all of that, and he still gets criticism. Nah, man.
You know what, Tobes, man, Tobes, you're so right in that, and a lot of people owe De Bruyne apologies because remember that time of the year when we lost to you away back, and I think it was January, February. De Bruyne was going through a rough spell. He wasn't playing well. He got dropped from the team once or twice. A lot of the media saying, "Is he finished? Can he handle this new system change?" Haaland in front, and I guarantee you, there's very few, if any, City fans were willing to throw in the towel on Kevin De Bruyne. We just know what this guy does at this stage of the season. We're all kind of going, right, if he's not turned it on right now, it is what it is. We'll hopefully get to the latter stage of the season, still on Arsenal's coattails, and Kevin De Bruyne will kick into gear. We knew he would do this. It was only a matter of time before a player with the footballing intelligence of Kevin De Bruyne was going to click with a footballer as good as Erling Haaland, the striker.
Yeah.
It was always going to come. And for us, I'm thanking God it's come at the right time. And we've seen this developing slowly since, I'd say, the beginning of March. The team started to click. And it's since those charges, man. It's since those charges, that Aston Villa game straight after, something changed. Ruben Diaz came back then 3 or 4 weeks later, and all of a sudden we're an army. We're surging forward, and we feel like we can't be stopped. And Kevin De Bruyne, to go back to the beginning, is at the forefront of this. So this guy deserves so much more respect than he gets. If he was playing for Man United or Liverpool, people would be saying this guy's the best thing since sliced bread. He's the best midfielder we've ever seen. But listen, man, people don't want to say it.
Nah, De Bruyne's cold, man.
De Bruyne's good, man. I had a debate this week about him, so
it pains me. Absolutely pains me that at one point I had.
What was the debate?
I had this player in my squad. Unbelievable.
Well, obviously, you'll find out, innit?
Yeah, De Bruyne. Jose Mourinho said Oscar was better, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
To be fair, Oscar had a good year that year with Hazard and
yeah, he did. To be fair,
I think it was the year before the Europa League win as well. But
yeah,
Kevin De Bruyne, man, this guy is insane.
He's as good as he is. Kevin De Bruyne. He's as good as he is because of the rejections that he got, because he was able to hone his craft in Germany, because he was able to play however many games he needed to play to be that player. That's what happens. It was the same with Mo Salah, lad. Mo Salah was writ off, bad signing for Chelsea, and he went, you know what, lad, watch this, and he done it. That's exactly what I was saying earlier. Arsenal just need to do that, lad. They need to get that fire in the belly and use this pain as motivation. That's the only way that can be successful, lad. And it does work. Spite is a very, very powerful motivator, lad. Believe me, kid. It's one of the most powerful.
Can you imagine one of your greatest ever players, Salah, and one of your greatest ever players, De Bruyne, both could have done dynasties at my club? The opportunity to dominate was right there in front of us.
Your club and Muppets, lad. They get
you don't need
players, lad. That's what they do.
Crazy.
You got Havertz and
I know that's not you talking with Harry Kane this summer. I know that's not you talking. I know that's not you. I know that's not you down there talking with Harry Kane. Harry Kane leaving this summer.
Having ass, yeah.
Listen, I don't give a damn. I'm still ending up with the same amount of trophies as Arsenal, the same amount of trophies as you.
Welcome to the club, brother.
Listen, you bring Harry Kane. Listen, you bring Harry Kane. You bring Harry Kane to West London because we've already got your ex manager coming in. Bring Harry Kane, bring him to West London as well. Get him over here. Come on. Come bring him over, bro. You can have Lukaku. Bring me Harry Kane, bro.
If Harry Kane does leave, I think it'll be a good thing for Tottenham, if I'm quite honest with you, lad. That club is right now doesn't know what it's doing. It's been a steady Eddie for a number of years, and it's never quite pushed because Levy's never backed the managers that he's brought in to win, to get that instant success. You got Jose Mourinho in and didn't give him the dough that he wanted, or didn't back him. Same with Conte, lad. So Tottenham right now, what they're going to have to do is completely scrap everything and start again, lad, because it's just not working, and it hasn't for the last 10 years. And if you carry this on, lad, you're just going to get the same results. And so I think you're going to be in a downward spiral for the next season or two, to be quite honest with you. But from there, you will potentially rise from the ashes, lad, and become a better Tottenham than the one that you've just seen, essentially, because you absolutely need to, because your fans are dying for it, lad. Absolutely dying for it.
I do want to ask Tobes a question on this subject, but we'll do that when we move on to Tottenham as well, because we've still got quite a little bit left. 44 minutes in, I've got over 30 super chats. So if it's all right with the panel, we move on to super chats.
Yep.
All good. People, hit the like button. We haven't even hit 1,000 likes yet. We've got 5K in the building, and make sure you show Cop TV some love because Doyle's in the building, and it's Doyle's debut on the Big Six as well. So,
oh yeah, thank you very much for having me, by the way.
No worries, man. And actually, Doyle, what's your socials? Freestyle DM on Insta.
Yeah, I'm a freestyler for anybody that likes, football tricks and all that. So you can follow me on at freestyle DM. That's where you'll find me on all socials.
There you go, people. He's always uploading videos, so make sure you show him some love. All right, look at it. Let's look at the super chats. We got it all in our hands. We got bigger fish to fry. One of many from Memphis. That MSN front three looks like Billy Sharp, McBurney, and McGoldrick now, eh? Oh, Memphis. It seems like you was waiting for this day, my guy. But yeah, have it. Congrats, you. Silly me for trusting Arsenal to do a job. And wow, Doyle, nice to see you here. Memphis,
thank you very much, brother. Nice to see you too.
Thank you for the super chats, but jog on, my guy. HW serial winner. Pep switched up his tactics for the game, but we went there with the same system style that left us winless in 3. Love Arteta, but the arrogance. Had a big part to say. KP says, Grizz warned you, man. He warned you. Arteta had you, man, disillusioned that Turkish thought their front three were on MSN levels. No, I didn't, but the agenda must run. Dial Square says, the truth is that you shameless bums should be more concerned about the 16-point gap between Bottlers Arsenal and the rest of you. 100 charges with the praying emoji. GJ says Arsenal were on top 93% in 22-23, 71% in 02-03, 56% in 07-08, and bottled it each time. 13-14 were on top and lost 5-1 to Liverpool in February. It's the history, says GJ. HW says, don't get me started on Partey and Ramsdale too. The weak-minded will say the obvious. Xhaka upgrade and Holding not good enough, but Partey and Ramsdale in crucial moments have let us down 2 seasons on the spin.
Ramsdale stopped being a cricket scorer, to be fair to him. Ramsdale stopped that by 10 goals.
Haaland,
You know, that could have been 5 or 6 at half time.
I agree with that.
Ash says, pressure overwhelmed the side at the end. Arteta was pragmatic when we were crap, developed the winning formula, and he was hesitant to change it. We go again. Otis, massive performance from De Bruyne, world class. Big up, Hugh. Looks like the Etihad was rocking.
It was.
KP says, did you Arsenal man forget who we are? This is City, the Shark team. You man tried to disrespect us comparing Odegaard to De Bruyne, claiming Partey is better than Rodri. Robbie said De Bruyne isn't world class. The fuck? Don't fucking send your super chats on weekend roundup then. Matisse bringing up things Robbie said. You're bringing up things Robbie said. Save that for weekend roundup when Robbie's there, man. What do you want me to say for it?
Robbie's got a lot to answer for, man. That's what it is. So
I ain't got the weight of the positive Arsenal fan base on my back, man. Forget all that, man.
You got to hold that for him.
Yeah, life. J Mill says Arsenal came to the fortress and the City Knights defend the castle and destroyed the Gunners. We got you, lads. All pissed up says it's not that Julian is deluded. He's a flat out slanderer and needs to be careful. The way he's spoken about Mancunians is disgusting. Not sure what you mean because I don't tend to watch it. But yeah, I don't know where you can super chat Julian, but I ain't here. Freddie says, you said it, Turkish. If you don't win anything, it's not memorable. That means United would have had a better season with 1 trophy in the bag, maybe 2. Well, I did say the season wouldn't be memorable. But for me, again, I'll say for me, League Cup isn't memorable either. You can gloss over it as much as you want, but it's a minor trophy at best. Boogeyman says, happy to see TOBS smiling again. Now we all understand why Turkish never puts his neck on the line for Arsenal. It's for times like this. Almost tricked you, my guy, and hold that Babs. Listen, I was getting a lot of stick.
Almost.
Arsenal almost tricked you, my guy, and hold that Babs.
Yeah, definitely Babs needs to hold it, man.
You man tried to press, man, all season. Are you going to win the league? You must win the league. I remained adamant. City are favourites. At one point, I said
you were going to win it, though.
I said we should win it.
Oh, God.
Terminology. Terminology.
Terminology. I like saying
terminology.
When did you turn into oh my days, man.
We should win it. What do you want?
You're shameless, but fair play. Fair play. You've taken fence into new levels.
Political language.
Where's that fence gone, man? I need to get back on, man. Big up Boogeyman. John says Pep tweaked our system slightly in the build-up from a 3-2-5 to a 4-2-4 to exploit Arsenal's press weaknesses. Nothing short of genius. Holding tactically is a very big issue and it's being underplayed. Big up. I don't think it can be underplayed no more. It's there for all to see. We have to improve. Bigger fish to fry has now become a global slogan, just like Spursy. I'm seeing paintings in Africa saying it too. 93% of the season on top, only to bottle. Robbie with that speech before the Man City game is stuff of legends. He should be the voice of Optimus Prime. Robbie, man, what have you done to man? Most clubs are over 100 years old, says Ronnie. The way some of you chat, you'd think United, Chelsea, etc. have 100 titles each. The season is a success in context. Turkish, go back to pre-season predictions and see how many of these geniuses knew this would happen. They didn't even have us in the top 4. We are going to review all that come the end of the season. We're going to do team of the season. We're going to have the quiz. We're going to wrap up the season as we always do. So make sure you're here and make sure you're on the official channel too, because some of it will be coming out on there. Book says City have a 16-man squad going all out in all comps. Our team ain't that deep. Arsenal could have done the same this season. Blue Moon, I was waiting for you. Can we now put this De Bruyne versus Odegaard to bed, I guess? One is an OG, the other is on levels with James Maddison. Where was Zinni and Jesus? They looked shook like your fan base. Well, to be honest, I think our fan base was quite overconfident rather than shook going into it. But big up Blue Moon, same way, man. Well done, man. Congratulations, Hugh, whoever I need to. Big Steve, you as well. Stop sending me pictures of sharks. Otis says, money has been required for sustained success for a very long time. All of your owners are billionaires and could spend in the same way. Blake, we are literally going into administration without Sheikh Mansour, not just relegation. He literally saved our club. Stop being salty. Boogeyman again. Banter aside, big up to Arsenal for being in a title race. Last year, we were laughing at their position in the league. And to be fair, they lost to City, who are the best team in the world right now. Credit to them, says Ibby, but goddamn, can Pep just leave? Question, when will a non-City team win the Premier League again? Because I can't see anyone else winning it next year. That's a very difficult question to answer because Haaland with a year under his belt again. It's all mad. We'll see.
He's just taking his release clause out of his contract as well, so it sounds like he plans on for a while.
Newcastle will be knocking on the door in a few years. Believe me when I say that, lad.
Very true.
Definitely.
Very true. Mr. BP says, Turkish, the only one that can give you stick is Hugh. The rest of these bums need to have some shame. Matisse especially. Shame is free.
I'm not gonna give Turkish stick because I don't think unless any lads can remind me, I don't think on any shows he was coming on here with any crazy chest. But there's some other Arsenal fans. I've named a few. And there's plenty more as well I could go in on, but I won't, man. I won't. There's no trophies lifted just yet, man. One game at a time. I've been saying that, and you guys laughed at me, but we have the right to say one game at a time because that's how it works.
I like Mason's mentality, and he has potential. And let me save this for the Tottenham talk. Certain man on this show need a reality check on their own team. Lukaku is returning. Kane is leaving. Future ain't bright, is it? Arsenal's future is bright. Hashtag learning curve. I think TOBS actually mentioned that as well. It looks like this could be the start of something rather than a flash in the pan. AB says the Arsenal fans are so triggered. This might be my favorite Big Six episode. Welcome back, Arsenal. We missed you. Memphis, Qatar bids $7 billion for United. £5.6 billion. We will get into all of that. William says City fans will twerk for a Guardiola statue outside that crap stadium, but not one for Mancini, who brought them to the dance. Disgraceful.
I will.
Issa says Haaland, who apparently is weak at build-up play, has the same amount of assists as Odegaard. I'm sorry, I'm never going to buy Ramsdale. All about crucial moments. End of last season, he made mistakes. This season, West Ham second, Southampton first, City first. Oh, you're talking about the goals that went in. Fair enough. But at the same time, he's also... I get it. But with Ramsdale, listen, Ramsdale's 24. And when you're talking about ages, goalkeepers kind of they peak later on in comparison to maybe strikers or midfielders or defenders. And at 24, when you look at the other keepers around him in the league, I think Alisson must be close to 30. Doyle, Ederson must be close to 30. De Gea probably is over 30. Ramsdale has to... Look, Doyle said it. Arsenal have to use this as motivation. Arteta has to use the pain as motivation. Ramsdale has to use these moments as motivation. there's a lot of learning to do from this. It's hard to see right now as Arsenal fans because I'm in pain to be on top all season and not get over the line. But I do know what Liverpool fans have gone through over the last few years.
Pain, lad.
Like Saeed said, Partey's a 50 million Jemba. Saeed's a fuck guy, man. Kiefer says, does anyone's team of the season change after these recent Arsenal capitulations? Do Stones, Rodri, Grealish, and De Bruyne replace the likes of Gabriel, Partey, Odegaard? I'd say if you're
when you got to talk about Saliba gets in the team, lad. Other than Aaron Wan-Bissaka, lad, he's the best one-on-one defender in the league, and that's backed by stats as well, lad. He just is. So Saliba gets in there for a shout, but definitely
he's missing the running though. So in terms of games,
I know.
John Stones, how many games he played this
John
season?
Stones deserves to be there as well, lad. Absolutely, without a shadow.
John Stones is the best defender in the world right now. Right
in
now,
the world.
In the world. Name me a better defender than John Stones right now for what he's contributing to every single game. But Ruben Diaz is huge as well. But John Stones is the full package. Technical footballer. Give him the license to it. Give him the license to attack. Scored 2 goals in the last 10 days. I think he defends like an animal as well. He's a fully Rolls Royce footballer right now, and he probably doesn't get the respect he deserves.
Tobes, he started 18 games this season.
How many games has Saliba started?
27.
Okay, then yeah, I think you can make an argument for Saliba being there, man.
Absolutely, you should not believe him.
Yeah, I put Rodri. I'll give Rodri that one as well. He's the one that's lasted the distance. Grealish, no, in my opinion, I'd still say Martinelli deserves that left-sided spot. Saeed might think Rashford, but yeah, that's my opinion. De Bruyne. Yeah, I mean, De Bruyne coming up clutch at this time, you can't look past him, really. Why Always Me says, De Bruyne can also break records for assists in one season and take it from Henry. Also, a Kanji, amazing signing with Trossard, the best January signing. How many, you know what, I remember at the beginning of the season, I said Haaland will break the goals record and De Bruyne will probably break the assists. How many assists is De Bruyne on you?
102. 101.
No, I mean the single season.
Sorry.
He's on 16 now, so
16.
Oh, fucking hell, he might.
It's one of them, lad. Though when you've got Haaland at the back post, lad, and I'm not discrediting him, he is fantastic, lad. I think I've just said he's the best midfielder in the world, but Haaland is definitely making his job easier. He definitely is, lad. It's unbelievable. They're like telepathic with one another, lad.
Blue Moon, Johnny Stones. He gets the Blues excited. He fucking hates United. He's talk on the best defender in the Premier League and the donkey Gabriel twerking. Oh, we've seen Stones in some fucking over the years. Stones hasn't always been this good. He's slowly but surely come up. Let's not forget.
It's the same with what Pep does to all of his players. He makes them from 5s to 10s, lad. He does it with every single player that he gets.
The thing with Stones is like about 3 or 4 years ago, some City fans wouldn't have had an issue with selling John Stones. He was having some problems off the pitch, and it looked like it was hard for him to focus. But in the last 2 years, he's refined his game, and Pep's given him a different role, and he's grown into it, man. I really believe, and I'm getting some grief from the chat for it, but I think right now he's the best defender in the world.
I'm quite desperately trying to prove that point wrong, to be honest with you, lad. And I don't think I can, because I'm trying to find some point. The only one I can really compare him to is Saliba, but he's still nowhere near on the same consistency level, and he hasn't done it for that many years. So,
you know,
damn.
I wouldn't take. I think I don't think he's the best in the world, but I do agree with you in terms of the package. I think I would take one of the Arsenal centre backs over. Either the Arsenal centre backs over.
What about Militao? Someone like Militao.
I think Ruben Diaz. I think Ruben Diaz is a better centre back than
Militao's definitely in there.
Militao for me. That was the only one I could think of.
I feel like John Stones is better on the ball than Militao. I feel like Militao.
He is. He is
as good defensively. I think Van Dijk's been a stripper this season, so I don't know if I can put him there right now. But do you get what I'm saying?
What about Christian Romero? Do we reckon he's good?
Not best in the world.
Yeah.
But anyway, with John Stones though, because Steve, I actually because I messaged Steve today. Funny enough, we're speaking about. I messaged Steve this morning, and I was like, you know what? I actually owe you an apology, because it's like I used to tell Steve on the Big Six, I think John Stones is overrated, but he's actually shut me up. The last 2 seasons, I think probably the season when you guys won the league, HUGH, the 2021 season when
The year we got to the
Madness.
Champions League. The year we got to the Champions League final.
Yeah, that season I felt like he came back strong. Do you get what I'm saying? And then since then, I feel like he's actually maintained a really good level.
Yeah, I remember Steve saying it towards the end of last season. He thinks that he's City's best defender. I remember that. HW says Hugh Ramsdale made loads of saves, but conceded near post 30 yards out, 7 minutes in is what I mean. Crucial moments. And Taran here with a big super chat. Love for the super chat, my guy. Love for all the super chats. Our young team fired shots across City's bow. Imagine our kids with some hair on their chest. We will get stronger, and City will have to rebuild an aging squad with the FFP department on their neck. The government has has to put their foot on the FA's neck to punish them. I assume.
Keep an eye on that one, man. Keep an eye on that one in the next few weeks. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they'll find a way to get out of it, lad. They'll find a way to get out of it. They just will.
I'm not saying we've got out of it. I'm not saying we've got into it. All I'm saying is keep an eye.
And what I would say is, I don't think any trophies should be removed from them or taken away. Definitely not, lad. There's been a lot of talk about that. The guys that won them trophies played the football to deserve them. But what I do think punishments should be point deductions, not allowed to play in the Champions League next year. Them type of things is what they need to be punished with because they want that Champions League. They want to win the league again. So give them a point deduction. That's where it'll really hurt them.
Well, we may not have to because we might not be found guilty.
I bloody know, lads. I bloody know.
That's the next fucking thing they'll do. They'll get a points deduction and still win the league.
Still go on and win it. That's exactly what I was thinking. They'll go and get a 10-point points deduction and then still go and win it.
I'm so happy that
challenge,
Liverpool were able to
give Arsenal an 8-point lead this season and still caught them.
I'm so happy that Liverpool were able to win a Premier League in their reign. You know, I really am, lad, because it's just a triumph. It really is a massive one.
Philippe says, I'd be more angry if I was an Arsenal fan if this team and Arteta doesn't go on to challenge in the future. Newcastle top 4, life is good. Big up Turkish. Come on, Philippe, enjoy that Champions League football next season.
Isaac, mate, wow.
Yeah, class. Difference is in City can afford to play Stones for 18 games, and Arsenal played Saliba into the ground.
Spot on.
Well, that's like we recruited properly. We bought a Kanji for 15 million last summer, and he's turned out to be one of the best in the league season. I said to you guys earlier in the season, you weren't convinced about him. I know you weren't convinced, Toby. You weren't putting respect on Kanji. I said this guy looks like he has the makings of a top player. His career went stagnant at Dortmund. He just needed a fresh start, and Pep's kicked life into him, and he's absolutely class. He was unbelievable on Wednesday night.
He was really good, I must say. But I still don't rate him high. I think he's had a good season for you, but he's a decent defender for me. He's a decent defender, isn't it?
He's only going to get better though, because it's the same pattern with every player.
How old is Kanji? How old is he?
He's old,
I want to say mid to late 20s, but like this, it's the same thing with any player who comes to City.
27. He's not old.
27.
For the price, you can't complain because he's done a job at left back, he's done a job at right back, he's done a job at centre back. So
he's intelligent, man. He's intelligent, man.
Yeah,
you don't need him.
He's a good.
You don't need him to shine, lad. You just need him to do his job, and that's exactly what he does. And that job is going to earn him potentially a treble, bro. Like, you've got to give him credit. I hate it. I don't want to give these players credit. Believe me, I don't. But I have to because it's just reality.
Last one here on Arsenal. I just wish Arsenal could have played their first 11 against City once this season, says SAEED. All 3 times we had a major player missing. And SAEED, I'll be honest with you. I don't think one player would have changed anything on Wednesday night.
That's true.
Pep is the master, and he Hughes said he didn't want to use the word schooled, but I think schooled is the perfect word to use. So learn. That's all we can do. Super chat done on that subject. Arsenal play Chelsea Tuesday, so we will predict Arsenal Chelsea on Monday night show. Monday night 10 p.m. people after Leicester play, I believe at 8. So we'll be live at 10. So I'll put that one aside. And let's move. 1 hour, 3 minutes in. I think we've passed 1,000 likes, but we've got 5.5k in the building. So hit the like button. Let's get it up to 2,000 and show some love to the team as always. Hugh, SAEED, Doyle, TOBS, Matisse, and Thuggery. All channel links in the description below, as well as the official Big Six channel. Show that some love too, because there will be videos coming out thick and fast over the summer. We'll go in New York. All of that's going to be vlogged on the official channel. Big Six Extra is back as well every week, once a week live. Big up Fuad for hosting that one. And yeah, we got quite a few videos in the back pocket that are ready to come out. So make sure you're subscribed, notification bell on. And if you need anything from Manscaped, go on their website, check out what they have. Use the code TB620 and that is 20% off, or you can click the link in the description. It should automatically apply. If it doesn't, check during the checkout process and add TB620. It helps the channel, support the sponsor, support the channel, people. And let's move. Tottenham United, I think, is probably the next place to go. I know Chelsea have another embarrassing result to talk about, but Tottenham United is a big six fixture. So where do we start? Home team. Let's TOBS. You know, what do you want to say about it?
About the game, yeah.
You're right there.
It wasn't me that was playing.
He's not.
It wasn't me that was playing that.
Oh, sorry.
No, it looked like it was.
No, I think
It was me, lad. It was me. I did it by accident, lad.
I thought Toby was writing bars on the big six. That
I thought he was trying to spit some bars.
No. What did I think of the game? Poor first half, much better second half. Yeah, it was quietly refreshing to actually see Spurs go for a game. You know, actually attack a team, even when we were not playing that well. It was good to see us actually go at a team and create a couple of opportunities to score. So I can't really say much more on that. I felt we were good value for the draw. I think both teams had a lot of chances. Man United probably could have ended the game in the first half had they had taken all of their chances. But same way I could say in the second half, had we had taken our chances, we probably could have gone on to nick it. So I can't really say much more than that. Fair play to Ryan Mason for stepping into the hot seat, tweaking a couple things and actually getting us to attack the opposition. But I still lament that very, very bad performance in the first half. That was a joke team, man. That was a joke team. We made Man United look like Barcelona with the amount of space we were giving them, man. As soon as their energy levels dropped and we actually started getting a bit more aggressive and in their faces in the second half, we actually got a lot more joy in terms of the control of the game, man. So
same old story, lad. Same old story with Tottenham, lad. That's the way you've been all season. So much so, lad, that at the start of the season before the World Cup, people were thinking that Antonio Conte had told your players, lad, to reserve their energy in the first half so that they could come out in the second half and give it all that they've got, lad. And that's just not being the case, I don't think, at all. I think your players just don't have the right mentality right now to win stuff, lad, because they don't quite know which direction they're going in. I think that's exactly what it is. Especially when you've got, like, Harry Kane getting linked with about 700 different clubs, lad. That's their star, man. If he goes, they're probably thinking, well, what's next then, lads? What happens to Tottenham? What happens to me and my contract and the money? Like, what's going on here? It's difficult for Tottenham right now, lads. It's very, very difficult for them. Got you on Sunday, actually.
You saw how crucial he is. Like, look at the way Kane laid it on a plate for Son. Do you know what I mean? It's like this guy.
He rubbish in the first half, mind you, but second half he turned it up.
The thing is, he dropped deeper in the second half. Like, he was dropping deep. Like, he was basically playing Wayne Rooney centre midfield, putting off to the wing, putting crosses in, like diagonal balls, just everything. And he's the key to that team. I know that it's been said before that if he leaves, obviously Tottenham they'll have money for him and they can maybe strengthen the whole squad. And that is probably what needs to happen, because it is gonna happen, right? You expect him to leave. If he stays there for his whole career, it will be questionable. But this is a very difficult player to replace. They're gonna have to replace him, of course, with 2 or 3. But this guy is ridiculous, man. And he walks into everyone's teams, maybe Bar City, because they got Haaland already. He's so good, so good. I can't believe I've seen people over the last couple of months turning their nose up at him, saying, "Oh, I don't know if I want Harry Kane because this, that, and the third." I'm like, this is one of the best goal scorers the league has ever seen. Once again, has he cleared 20 goals already, Tobes? I think already, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's on 24 goals.
Come on, man. Like, this guy guarantees goals every single season, and he creates chances as well. I know he's not the quickest and pressing from the front, but he's one of them players that it's worth legislating that for, because he's actually a great footballer. So, nah, man. If he goes somewhere in the summer, that team immediately gets a big leg up, potentially even takes them into a title challenge. He's like a Van Persie, what he would have done for Silex when he signed him from Arsenal. He's that level of player.
Did you hear it though? He did say today though that he heard the chants. The United fans were singing, man. They were like, "Yo, man, we're gonna see you in June." So he did hear it and he did comment about it. So I don't know, man.
Don't do a Grizz. Don't do a Grizz.
Why are you smiling? You want Osimhen?
Yeah, you want Osimhen? I
want
haven't heard Kane.
Osimhen,
And don't do it. Don't do it,
mind
Grizz.
Harry Kane.
No.
Wouldn't mind Harry Kane.
Why
Remember
not?
Remember that Jude
Harry
Bellingham
Kane.
stuff? Remember that Jude Bellingham stuff? The hugs and the songs and the.
But
I ain't gonna do
but
none of
he-
that. I ain't gonna do none of that. I ain't gonna do that.
Jude Bellingham stuff, lad. He was doing that.
Grizz and every Liverpool fan, maybe except yourself and Hammers.
Chuck Doyle in there as well. I'm sure he was probably twerking as well.
I wanted them, lad. I definitely wanted them, but having said that, lad.
You didn't say it was done, though, did you?
No, absolutely not, lad. You could just tell it wasn't done, lad. It was too much in the air about it. Too much media attention around it. When Liverpool get a deal done, lad, they do it very early, and all of a sudden you're like, "How have they signed him?" Just similar to Gakpo. That's what we did, lad. We always speak to the player first. No one knows nothing about it, and then all of a sudden he's in Liverpool, lad. That's just what happens with Liverpool. We get it all done early. So the fact that it was all up in the air. Do you know what it reminded me of? This sounds mad, but I don't ever remember Liverpool linked with Bruce, Marco Reus.
Was she?
All constantly, lad. For years we were linked with Marco Reus, lad, and nothing happened because it was just speculation. And that's what.
Yeah. Finnish club. Dead team, man. Sure, man.
The thing with Harry Kane is, man,
the
predicament for Harry Kane is that you don't know where he's going to go. I mean, I get SAEED's chest because it seems like the only feasible club for him to go to right now. I mean, he's not going Arsenal. He's not going Chelsea. He's missed the boat for City. If he wants to stay in the Premier League and chase that goal record, which he clearly does, and leave Tottenham, it seems like Man United is the only place for him.
Tobes, I want to ask you because Bowley's on a mad one. So let's say Bowley offers 50 million more than any other club. Would you take that for Kane?
No, we got to knock that back and sell him to Man United for less.
Nice one.
Would Kane accept that though? Would Kane go to Chelsea? That's the big question.
I think he would accept that. Man United or Chelsea, I think he would accept that.
Yeah.
You think Kane come to Chelsea?
No, I don't think Kane is coming to Chelsea. No,
but you don't think Kane would want to come to Chelsea with Poch?
There might be some interest there, but I don't think he would do it out of respect for the club.
That's what I think. Yeah.
It's one of them, that's difficult for him. He's got winners have to be ruthless, lad. That's what winners do. They have to be. So he has to make a very tough decision right now, lad. He really does.
People say Man United is the most likely option, but do Man United have the money? Because I'm hearing this deadline.
Well, we'll see. Could be.
Again,
you say, of course they do. They just did loans for Sabitzer and
no, I'm saying. So it could be in the summer.
It could change. 240 million on flipping Anthony and them, man. That's why.
Yeah. No, but obviously that's obviously later on it's going to be crazy.
Window in one summer, and they spent like half of it on Anthony.
Yeah,
imagine
I don't know why you're going on like we can't pay that money. It's 100 million today. What I've heard is 100 million, and his wages are going to be like 300k. So
he's got to be on more than 300k, 100%.
Well, I don't know, innit? We'll see, innit? That was reported today.
If Harry Kane comes to United, he's your best player instantly. Instantly. There's no player you can tell me United have better than Harry Kane. Not one.
Yeah. No, I agree.
That's what I'm saying. If your highest earner is
Casemiro, you could obviously it's a different position.
Stop it, man.
That's what we need. It's a world-class finisher. That's what we're kind of dealing with right now.
I understand what you're saying. I understand. But obviously, Casemiro and Varane, their name holds
teams. Yeah,
forwards tend to get more money than defenders. And
he's going to be wanted by every single club. Bayern Munich. I know he doesn't want to go and leave England, but Bayern Munich will try and go for him. You know, you've got obviously Chelsea. Listen, they don't care about the rival. They will go for him. So there's going to be a lot of clubs in for Harry Kane, man. So
it's mad, lads. You need goal scorers, lads. You do, yeah. But a lot of people forget, lad. The best teams build from the back, brother. That's what they do. It doesn't matter how many goals you score. If you can see too many, that's it. So, like, when it comes to Harry Kane, I don't know whether necessarily that's just going to help Man United. Who have you got on defence, lads? You got Maguire, Lindelof. Yeah, you need a spine.
We need a striker, though. Look at Arsenal. Arsenal need a striker as well.
They need a scorer, bro. They need a scorer.
Yeah, you need a spine, and you've got that with Casemiro, but you need to buy a defender as well.
Yeah. And the thing my thing with the pace, because I get SAEED, your point around pace is obviously valid with Osimhen. What he gives you, he's a lot more direct, and he's got the P&P factor, right? But I think if Man United repurpose their attack, make Kane as the screen, and maybe press with Rashford and the winger, you can still play the way you want to play and let Harry Kane drop deep and and do what he wants to do.
Well, he
anyway,
can do
man.
because Martial's doing it at a minute, and obviously the manager likes that. So that profile is what Man United need, and I think Ten Hag would have a plan for him. But again, like I said to you, it just depends on how fast we get this. And Daniel Levy, man, people don't know about this guy. He's very difficult. He wouldn't want to lose his he will want to fight until the last minute. And this is why I just think for me, this deal is going to drag on and drag on. You know, similar to like maybe the De Jong situation, where in the end he ends up staying. So we don't know yet what Harry Kane's ambition is.
He could stay. He could stay. He might not have the options. You might not be willing to pay the money, and no one else comes in for him, and he doesn't sign a new deal, and then he leaves on a free. We run that risk, but that's the risk. That's the risk that the club have to accept now, with Kane being down to his final 12 months. So for me personally, I would love Harry Kane to stay, but at this, I feel like it's an ideal separation point for him and the club. He's done his bid.
Yeah,
he's been here for X number of years. He's scored all these goals. He doesn't really want to sign a new deal because I feel like if he wanted to, he would have signed by now.
Yeah,
he wants to go sell him for the best price possible, and move on. It's not
what
going to
he's
be
doing,
easy, but
he's keeping his options open, lad.
man.
Yeah, to be fair, Jim Radcliffe has submitted his final bid now for Man United, so that'll be good.
And the other person, you're going to mention him?
No. This is the favorite. His bid is more flexible in terms of.
There is no favorite. There is no favorite. It's whoever the Glazers really choose and what options they choose. So there is no favorites because they have to be impartial. So I know you want Jim Radcliffe to come in. I get you. But when the Qataris come in, mate, it's game over.
Why would you not want Jim Radcliffe? He's a Man United fan at heart.
Listen, mate, he's a Chelsea season ticket holder as well. You know that he's a Chelsea season ticket holder. So end of the day, I don't believe this idea that he's a United fan. Get out of here, man. United fan, you know. Get out of here.
Let's look at the super chats and then get some prediction. Well, let's look at the super chats first, and then we're gonna get Doyle's opinion on Liverpool because it's Liverpool Tottenham on the weekend. So Ronnie says, I like Mason's mentality and he has potential. Needs to cut his teeth in the lower leagues. Maybe years down the line he can manage Tottenham, but not right now. I've noticed the quote, Casemiro is the best DM in the world chat has died down. Brazilian Robbie Savage. John says, Turkish, no smoke for you, but Robbie and Babs made fools of themselves. Big ups, lads. And Memphis says, typical United will get linked to Kane and Osimhen, but will end up with Arnautovic and Abu Bakar. What was I going to do? You know what? Let's do Man United Villa predictions. SAEED, you might as well kick us off.
Man United Villa, I think home banker for me, man. I think Villa are a tough team, and they deserve to be where they are. I really do. I'm going to go with Man United to win 2-1, you know. I think it'll be a close game. 2-1 United.
2-1. Grizz. I mean, not Grizz. Dial, sorry.
Man United Villa. Villa are a better team at the moment, if I'm quite honest with you, lad. Shows by the table in 2023. I think Man United are not going to have an easy game at all. I think it's going to be 1-1, 2-2. It's not going to be a win for Man United.
So you're saying draw. I'll put 1-1 as the first answer anyway.
Yeah, man.
Cool. Tobes?
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 Man United as well.
Yeah, that does sound most likely. Matisse?
I'm going to go 2-2.
2-2. I'm going 2-1 United. Hugh?
3-2 United.
3-2. And that wraps up the predictions. I haven't got Grizz's predictions yet, people. So if he sends them to me in time, I will let you know. If he doesn't, then follow us on socials. Instagram at The Big Six Show. Twitter at The Big Six Show. TikTok at The Big Six Show. Follow us on socials, people. That's where we keep everyone up to date with what's going on. Tobes, you talked about Tottenham. Doyle, Liverpool, away win against West Ham, and then you've got Tottenham at home coming up. Yeah. Still some hope there for maybe top 4 spot, or are you just resigned?
Absolutely not, lads. Absolutely not. Tottenham, I mean, Newcastle are forced, lad, and they ain't getting anywhere out of that top 4. You better recognise that they are going to be there for the next few years now, lad. For the future, lad. That's them, lad. They've literally passed the baton, lad. Tottenham went, here you go, lads. You can have that if you want. There's top 4 for you, kiddo. So it'll be them, and it'll be United, unfortunately. I don't see them dropping form too bad. Liverpool are not going to get top 4. We have found some form and some rhythm. which is exactly what we need going into the end of the season, so we can take that into pre-season and we can carry it on into the following season, next season. So I'm happy with how we've responded so far, and we've been talking about it, a few of my mates. Jurgen Klopp came out recently and said that the lads have been through a lot in this season, and actually what that's helped them do is to bond. They've been able to bond through that turmoil that they've had, and they've created a nice momentum through it. Does that make sense? And so, I don't see Tottenham coming to Anfield and rolling us over in any type of way. I really don't. The West Ham game was difficult, but we got over the line. It was all started with Arsenal, in my opinion. When Arsenal and Jack had done all that stuff in the game, it was like something was like, nah, we're not doing this, lad. And we showed our best of ourselves in the second game, and the second half, and Arsenal getting in that game. It was unbelievable what we played like, and we just kicked on from there, lad. And we've been up and down all season. But the one good thing about us is we're able to beat the top 6 teams still, which tells you there's quality in that team, and it's not to be slept on. And if we are able to bolster in the summer, that would be good. So Tottenham aren't going to do much against us on Sunday, I don't think. No disrespect to them at all. I just don't think. I don't see them coming there and getting results. I really don't. I think we'll win.
How much of an impact?
3-1.
Because Grizz, has been talking about Jude Bellingham a lot this season, and obviously, how much of an impact do you think not making Champions League could potentially have on you? Because
I think it's one of them, lads. We've been in 3 Champions League finals in the last 5 years, brother. So yes, we might not be in it this season, but we will be back there very soon. Maybe it's not next season, maybe it's the season after, but we will be back, and everybody knows that. We're Liverpool, lads. We don't stop. So yes, it's going to hinder us with some type of signings, but that's not the point. Right now, we're trying to buy young players that are ready and hungry to move this train along. They're not jumping on a train that's already going, lads. We've got to start it up again and get it rolling, like, and that's what these young group of players are doing now. Cody Gakpo as well, 22. Nunes, 22. Jota is 26. Like, we've got a young team ourselves. We are phasing out all of these players, and as I said earlier, you've got to be ruthless, lad. We got rid of Sadio Mane, unbelievable player, but we have to get rid of him so that we can make space for a new generation of players. And that's what this season showed us. It's just up and down, consistent, lad. It's horrible. Yeah. But I think that it won't deter too many people. We're not going after Jude Bellingham, for example. We're not going after them type of players. We're going to look for the Caicedos, the Barellas from Inter Milan, the Mason Mounts from Chelsea, whatever it may be. That's who we're going to be looking for, the McAllisters. They know the potential of Liverpool, and they know the pedigree of Liverpool. We'll be back at the top soon, and everybody knows it. So I don't think it's going to hinder us too much.
I don't know if everyone knows it, though.
I think it's a guarantee.
Yeah,
I don't think it'll be next season. I don't think it'll be just straight away next season. But I do think that a lot of people write Liverpool off, and time again, they just prove them wrong, lad.
But we're not talking about so much a case of writing Liverpool off. It's more a case of acknowledging the competition that Liverpool have, the increased.
Oh yeah, it's mad. It's mad. It is. Right? It is absolutely insane. Newcastle, for example, I'm terrified of them. That's the team I'm really worried about. I don't. City are right now the top team, but Newcastle, the support they have and the passion, and it's like they've got a holy trinity going on with the fans, the manager, and the players all in alignment. There's an energy about that club which is just.
You want to be a Newcastle? You want to be a Geordie?
No,
sounding like you want to be a Geordie, Doyle.
No, I don't, lad. I just respect what I see, lad, and that's you got to do that, lad.
Away the lad,
football, lad. But I'm not delusional, lad. I can see things. And that's why I'm quite confident that Liverpool will be back at some point in the next 5 years. We will definitely be back.
Do you think the investment's there, or do you think
with FSG? It's one of them, lads. It's the model so far has worked for us, hasn't it? It's brought us success. But the way football's going, you're going to get bought by some Qataris and PSG and City and Newcastle and Chelsea. The way football's going, we might need no new ownership, lads, to be able to funnel that money into the club, because we can't keep up. We can't keep doing this business model if everybody else is surging the money into the club. It won't work. It's not sustainable anymore. It might have worked 10 years ago, but it's not necessarily going to work today. And it's one of them, lads. With Michael Edwards going as well, with like our top, he brought brilliant players in with Sadio Mane and Salah and Virgil and all these players that we got for really cheap. We were lucky that they came out good, to be quite honest with you. So we've got to hope that these young players do. And I do think that some of them show promise. You've got to look at Nunes and the stick he got at the start of the season. I know for a fact everyone now sees a player in him, without a shadow of a doubt. We've got Cody Gakpo in there as well, developing. I can't see us falling off too far. I really can't.
Gakpo's actually looking quite good. I can't even lie.
He's brilliant, lad. And do you know why? Do you know why he's boss, lad? Yeah, he's a winger, right? He came in as a winger. He's been given a new position in number 10, and he's hit the ground running with it, lad. He took a few games to get going, but he's found his feet, and he's one of our best players in the team at the moment on form, scoring goals, running the play, holding the ball amazingly well. Just good young footballer, lad. And again, young, like I said earlier. I'm not really scared for Liverpool, and I think this patience that I have right now genuinely comes from the years of success that we've had over the last 5-6 years. I've seen my club win, and I think every single cup I could possibly see them lift, they have. So, and my stomach's full of trophies, lad. My belly's nice and full. I can sit on this for a little bit and be patient with the team and let them build up again. We don't have to be greedy. We just have to build properly, and I think we can do that, lad. We've shown it time after again.
On the go 3-1 win, yeah?
Yeah, 3-1 win. Don't see Tottenham turning up and doing much against us. I don't know if TOBS agrees with me. They might have a good second half, but I just feel like the momentum that we've built at the moment, we've got that resilience again. We've got that backbone again, lad. We can see the goal, but we'll fight back. And that's what I've been most impressed with. Yes, we had a close game against Nottingham Forest, but again, 1-1, 2-2, 3-2 to Liverpool. We're just responding incredibly well at the moment. So if Tottenham score, I still feel like we'll win that. I do. I'm not being arrogant when I say that. I just feel like the momentum we've built right now is good.
Yeah. 3-1. Grizz has gone 2-1 Liverpool, and he's also gone 2-1 United Villa as well, just to catch everyone up on that. Tobes, before you make your prediction, I don't think no one's asked you, but would you rather be out of Europe next season, or would you rather have some sort of European competition?
It depends. I would, if Champions League isn't happening, then I would like Europa League, because that's a competition that I feel like we have a decent chance of getting far in, even though we never do. I would like to be in that. If it's not Europa League, yeah, drop me out of Europe. I do not want to be in the Conference League. I don't care what anyone tells me. If Spurs finish 7th and we're in it, then yeah, I would want Spurs to go ahead and win it. But I don't want to be in the competition, because it's a torturous schedule and you're not really playing good sides. There's no fun in it for me. So, as a fan anyway. So yeah, not for me.
I agree with that.
Altogether.
I agree. Europa League is actually getting a little bit exciting. You're seeing some quality teams in there, but the Conference one, you just don't want that, do you, lads? You really don't. Europa League, as a fan, I don't know about you lads, but as a fan, I just like watching the team. I really do. So as many games as they can play, I'd like that, just so I can go and watch them, because I love them. Just that like as being selfish. But the players probably, they should have a break from the Europa League or whatever else, so they can just focus on one thing, I guess. But I want to see them play in Europa League, lad. I'm happy with that. We can go and win that.
And listen, one of you won't get it, because Villa are there.
I agree.
Villa,
lads.
I think Villa. I know Villa have got tough fixtures, but I think they've shown that they can be competitive. And everybody thought Newcastle would fall off, and they've held their own and they've stayed in there. So I wouldn't count Villa out at all. I think Villa can hold that position. So we'll see how Man United do against them this weekend. But one of you might have to miss out. I've been saying it all season. I think Tottenham, they don't really deserve to be in that area. I would much rather see Brighton, kind of get those points. I know they got games in hand, and Tottenham. A lot of Tottenham fans have not TOBS, but a lot of them said they don't even want Levy to have Europe. I think TOBS said that as well. Like Levy kind of needs a slap around the face. Like Levy, he does. He needs it. He needs a reality check. Seriously, like the way he's been operating the last couple of years, he actually needs a reality check to get no Europe. Like, you need to understand that this shit is.
Who's talking about this?
It's not a given. Levy needs to understand it's not a given. You can't just act a clown and give Stellini and then Ryan Mason, these jobs on the back of Conte after you delay
catch life. Yeah,
and then catch life. It's just it's mad. It's mad. It's insane.
You've got to hit owners. You got to hit owners where it hurts at, and that's the pockets in it. They're businessmen. They want to make money. And I think we were talking about this yesterday on the stream. Who had said, like there was a lot of Tottenham fans booing the Tottenham team when they went off at half time, which I don't think is very helpful, to be quite honest with you. I think everyone has a right to say what they want, and that's cool, but it's not going to help the team to win. So he said, what you really should be doing, if you don't want to watch that team, just don't turn up. And that's what everyone should be doing. And if they see empty seats in that stadium, that's when Daniel Levy will start going, oh my days, what's going on?
Well, that was the idea. That was the idea yesterday. So I think there were a couple of, rightly, and I'm happy. There's the Levy out chants are increasing game by game. So I think there was a couple yesterday, and I know personally a couple of people who left their seats empty as well. So I had like 2 tickets to the game. I left my seats empty as well. So I think even if you've paid for the ticket, right? Even if you paid for the ticket or like season ticket holders, I think more and more people are basically saying they're done for the season, so they don't want to like go to games and stuff. And I think that stuff helps. Man.
The problem with it is though, right, that yes, some lads and ladies will be like, no, I don't want to go to the game, and I'm doing this out to try and get Daniel Levy to wake up. When they do that, their ticket will probably get sold, lad. Their ticket will be a lot of money, and someone will buy it, lad. That's the way we live in.
Yeah, but
Tottenham have a lot of supporters, so someone's going to want to go there, lad.
I'm saying don't put it up for sale, because ultimately you have to put it up for sale, right? Don't put it up for sale. If you've bought the ticket already, okay, fine, just leave it empty. If you haven't got a ticket and you're planning to go, don't buy a ticket. I think there are multiple ways. I think there are multiple ways in which we can do it, and I feel like maybe as a fan base, I think we're growing. We've not really been able to mobilize as well as other clubs. Man United were able to do it better. Arsenal were able to do it better. I think we're still finding our feet from what I could observe, but we'll get there, man, because more and more people are aligned to the same thinking when it comes to the ownership, right? So it's only a matter of time before we make our voices heard in unity. Do you get what I'm saying?
I guess you hope so, yes. You just need to invest. Like the way football's going right now, it truly means that your owners have to really invest, and that means they need a lot of money to do so. But not only that, you need spot on recruitment. There's no opportunity for failure in that recruitment. You just have to recruit right for success, and that's one of the hardest things to do. It really is. It's difficult to find the best players in the world for cheap.
Anyway, on to the actual game itself. I agree with everything you said about Liverpool, Spurs. Liverpool have got a favourable run of games to end the season. I think Liverpool. I reckon Liverpool probably. How many games you got left? Like 6.
I think 5 or 6. I imagine 6. I think it is
6. Yeah, I think Liverpool will win at least 4 out of 6 of those games left. We'll try and run top 4 real close, but they won't get it. And I feel like one of those wins will be against Spurs. So it's that simple. Spurs are going to get.
One of them things that Mattis said. So Aston Villa are actually on 33 games and Liverpool are on 32. So with Aston Villa having 54 points and Liverpool having 53, it is highly likely that we could finish in 6th or 5th. It really is. I think Tottenham, as again, have been in that phantom position. They've got 54 points as well, and they're sitting in 5th. I do think Liverpool could finish 5th this season. And you are right, it's going to be one of them wins against Tottenham that probably help us to get there, lads, to be quite honest with you. Plus, just to add to it, just a stat, Liverpool have only lost once at Anfield this season, and that was against Leeds, which is not great. But we've only lost once there, lads, so it is difficult to go Anfield. We even beat City this season.
Do you know it's a better stat? And it just damns Spurs even more. Spurs have only won once at Anfield in like 29 years or 30 years or something like that. Like,
that's the way it works at Anfield, though.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how well we played. We've come here at our best and we've lost. So this is one of those games. There's certain games a season you just chalk up as an L. And Liverpool at Anfield, it's usually one of those games. I think maybe last year when we were going for top 4, I said, you know what, fine, maybe a draw. But nah, never a win. So we're gonna lose. I think we're gonna lose this game. I'll go for 3-2. We're gonna lose this game 3-2.
Yeah, okay. Harry Kane will score, like, because he's just that bagsman, and he just does it, lad.
Matisse, Liverpool, Tottenham. Mute. You're on mute.
3-1 Liverpool.
Same as me, lad. Same as me.
Yeah. I'm going 3-1 as well. Hugh.
Yeah, I don't see anything but a Liverpool win. 3-0 Liverpool.
3-0. SAEED.
3-1 Liverpool.
3-1 as well. Super chat time. KM says SAEED saying, quote, when the Qataris come in as if it's guaranteed, but their bid is £1 billion short of the Glazers' £6 billion price they set. Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. We'll find out. We'll find out.
Don't go anywhere. Honesty says, question for Doyle. When Van Dijk leaves, who should be Konate's centre-back partner?
Isn't that a question?
Plus, opinions on Curtis Jones playing the Wijnaldum type role, plus Trent is in his bag.
I can't tell you who should replace Virgil van Dijk because he's been one of our best defenders that we've ever had, to be quite honest with you. I think Konate will be the star boy when he leaves. So whoever comes in is going to have to play a secondary role to Konate. I don't think it's going to be bringing in another Virgil van Dijk because that's just not going to happen. He's been phenomenal for us. I can't say no. Gavardal, everyone wants in. He's hot stuff at the moment. Why not?
Quality,
yeah,
man.
that'd be great. I think I can't quite put him. Is he a front foot defender or is he calm and passive? Does he let because what we need right now, if we've got Konate, he's very front footed. He's direct. He likes to go and win the ball. He doesn't hold off. So Virgil van Dijk does. So we need to buy a defender that's calm and collected that can sort of balance that energy out in the defence. That's what you always need. What was the next question? Curtis. Right, I'm a Scouser. Love Scousers playing for my team. Absolutely love it. Curtis has found his feet a little bit in the last 5 games without a shadow of a doubt. But I don't think we can quite compare him to Gini Wijnaldum yet. Gini Wijnaldum used to pop up in clutch moments. Gini Wijnaldum was an engine. And I'm quite honest with you, for a number of years, he was one of my favourite players for Liverpool because he was just Mr. Consistent. And I think that's what Liverpool's midfield has been missing for the last 2 years or something, to be quite honest with you. And we need to buy players like him coming into the summer. So I think he's great. Curtis Jones is a new type of Scouse footballer. He's technical. He's not like Gerrard. He's not like Ross Barkley or Rooney. He's not that powerhouse. He's technical. He's good with the ball. So, yeah, I think he's doing well so far. And it would be nice to see him stay in the team as a Scouser and be that midfielder that we can bring in when we need to. And I don't know what the last thing was. It's gone off the screen.
He just said Trent is in his bag, so that was more of a statement than
That's another thing, by the way. Trent is going to move to midfield. It's going to happen. It will happen. And so this Jude Bellingham talk doesn't really scare me that much because, in my opinion, Trent has got better passing variety than Jude Bellingham. He just does. He's not the same type of player, but he creates more chances than Jude Bellingham, in my opinion.
No, I don't think it's an opinion. I think it's a fact. Trent is an exceptional passer of the ball.
Yeah, 100%.
I think only Kevin De Bruyne is better than him in the league, to be quite honest with you. And even then, I think it's a very close second. Kevin De Bruyne is wonderful, but I think Trent's got the same variety of passing. Not the same as player, but the same variety of passing. It's phenomenal.
Cool. Super chat's done on the Liverpool subject. Let me get rid of that one there. Wait, William here with another one saying, hold up, Turkish. You've got to give TOBS and Spurs credit on something this season. These bums actually got themselves a refund from Daniel Levy himself. Frame the check and stick it next to the Audi Cup.
Historic bottle jobs. Thank you.
How do you know who he supports?
Pretty obvious who he supports.
Man said it's pretty obvious. Cool. Matisse, don't go anywhere because last and least is Chelsea. You need to put your camera back on and wash your face and be ready to explain what we've been seeing.
Can we like, I don't want us to spend too long on this, but can we all like emphasize how shit Chelsea are in our analysis?
Yeah.
Like, we can't
shit.
Because honestly,
I said it the other day,
because they're so bad now, they're just coasting through, and it's like everyone's accepted how shit they are. No, I don't want it to be that, because when it's Spurs, I'm getting vim. I'm getting so much vim, but it feels like people are just letting Chelsea just coast by in their shitness. No. We need to make it clear every single time we speak on Chelsea. You are absolutely dog shit. You are dog shit.
They're the worst Chelsea I've ever seen, lad. They genuinely are. And you know what's mad about it? I said it on the stream the other day when we were doing weekly roundup. They paid to be this shit. They literally paid £600 million to be this shit. It's wonderful, lad. And this is what, no disrespect to you, I hope this happens to you in the future, mate. I really do, lad. I just want City, when Pep goes, to just be like, yeah, we had a great time. Now we're shit. That would be great. Please do that, mate. I would appreciate that. And so would the rest of us.
Right, yeah, but
Chelsea
you know
are so bad now that their fans aren't even watching their games. I saw it all over kind of Chelsea Twitter. Their fans saying they weren't even watching Chelsea Brentford. They were watching City versus Arsenal. They've given up for the season. It's just end of the season vibes.
I can't. How many games have they lost in a row, lads? Like how many actually?
They haven't won since like
5 games in a row, no comp.
5 games in a row.
No comp.
Lampard's got 1 win in the last 19, apparently. 19 games.
Crazy.
I love the way Matisse was gone for the whole smoking then as well, lad. Hey, Matisse, bro, are you listening? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I had to go to the toilet.
Your team is crap, bro. Okay, it's awful.
You are dog shit. Dog shit.
Sorry, we just had to let you know. You're a nice person, and we like you, lad, but your team is crap.
Nah, I don't
know
like
what. I don't like it. It's all good. It's all good. We move. Honestly, we move.
You've been kicked out of the old brotherhood, Matisse, because you're so shit. You're not representing us very well. That's why I said there's no ties anymore.
The way that you speak to your father is so rude.
You ain't no father. You're too shit. You're too shit to be a father.
Listen,
you're a baby. Newcastle are taking your place.
Listen. Sometimes fathers go to the pub and they don't come back. However, you still need to have some respect. We still brought you up. We taught you English, yeah, and we gave you that father figure to look up to and say that's how you win Premier League titles. You haven't actually followed suit in the Champions League, so some respect is needed because every time I hand out, I lend a helping hand. I give you praise. I prop you up in public, and this is how you speak on my name. Crazy, man. Disrespectful. I hope Newcastle come for you, man, because they're the Chelsea, young. They got manners. They got manners, man.
Chelsea are like the geriatric old man, lad. That's like got old ideas and not the right plan anymore. So they're like, aren't you just supposed to throw loads of money at the team and they win stuff? And like, no, that's not how modern football works now, lads. You need tacticians and you need recruiters that know what they're doing, lads. You can't just go and spend 600 million and go, we're going to win now, aren't we? That's not how it works, kiddo.
Yeah. But I don't understand what we're doing. It's a shame on us, man. Why we keep predicting Chelsea wins, by the way?
No one predicts them. Why are you predicting Chelsea to win? What's going on?
You expect them to turn around at some point.
Sorry?
No, they can't.
You man are crazy. Like you can understand me. I'm trying to be positive
exactly.
Like every 4 weeks, I might throw a little curveball and say we're gonna win a game. I don't know what you man are doing. To be honest,
I don't know what exactly. I don't know, bro. Man, are shit in it. Like when I'm seeing like all your strikers and your attackers on the bench, you got Gallagher and Sterling up front. I'm just like bro,
it's a disgrace.
So bad.
That lineup was one of the worst,
bro. That lineup was the worst lineup I've ever seen in my days, bro. I was laughing for 10 minutes on my stream. I loaded up the watch along, and I was just from the beginning. I was laughing. I didn't introduce myself. I didn't speak. I was just laughing, and I'm talking hysterically laughing, like lost all control. Because when you put up a lineup like that, even Thomas Frank was like, "Yo, they really respected us. We wasn't expecting that. They were so respectful." You know what I mean? It's crazy. And yeah, man, like Lampard, no more management for you, man. When this is over, you need to go punditry. I want to see you in DR Sports studio next to me. We're gonna do a lot of good watch-alongs, bro. No more management.
Man said Lampard needs to join him on watch.
Yeah, bro. He's got to host some of the watch-alongs. Doyle, you know what I mean? Me and you, bro. All four of us. It's good. All three of us. It's been great, bro. Look, you see me? You see me? We're not, bro. I don't think we're gonna win another game this season. That's where they've put me now.
Poor Matisse. Oh my God, it's the pain.
So, you know what I mean? Look at this guy, bro. This guy.
Two can play that game, Tobes. Yeah, come on.
Yeah. Oh wow, man, them finally learned the settings on StreamYard. Yeah.
We've got
Listen. Listen. You see me now? I'm done. We're gonna get whooped at the Emirates. I don't know why Arsenal fans are trying to get nervous and people are telling me, "Oh, we're not sure if we're gonna beat you lot in studio today." You man are gonna whoop us, man. And if you don't whoop us, then it's embarrassment, absolute embarrassment. You better beat us. You need to beat us, because if you don't beat us, then you man are really capitulating. Because I don't know what you're playing at if you don't beat us. Everybody beats us. Everybody beats us. So
you know what's mad about that Lampard thing, yeah, at Arsenal is I remember. I think it was that season Arteta was having. Do you remember when Arsenal lost like 7 in 10? And I remember they were up against Chelsea. It was a couple of weeks before Lampard got sacked, and he actually went there and lost the game.
Oh,
he
yeah,
actually
yeah,
lost the game at the
Yeah.
Emirates, and the disparity in quality between both sides was night and day, and he lost. So I'm fully expecting Arsenal to cook the living daylights out of this Chelsea team, for sure.
Be better
No,
at, lads.
I think
Be
Arsenal
absolutely
are
better at.
possibly vulnerable right now. I expect Arsenal to back because of how well they played this season, but they're possibly vulnerable, man. They're wounded and they're a very young team. Do they have the character to bounce back and get themselves, show some pride in the last 5 games and possibly make a fight out of it? I don't know.
I mean, they did just concede. They conceded 3 to Southampton, lad. That is massive. That's the bottom of the league. Terrible,
They've
awful, crap
conceded
team,
11
lad.
goals in the last 4 games. 11
Mad.
goals in the last 4 games.
How do we have a better defensive record than Arsenal?
I said that to you, lad. That's how it is.
That's your problem.
Man,
You can't
Man
stick the ball in the
United,
back
it
of the
just,
net.
it just doesn't make any sense. Like the fact that we have not had a pasting this season from anyone is crazy. We're yet to be battered.
I don't know, Liverpool couldn't beat you either. We couldn't do anything against you. Like, it was 2-0 nils. It's awful. I know we were crap at the time, like, but still.
We're so bad. It's just, I don't understand. I don't understand.
I don't think it's it.
We're due a pasting. Man City are going to batter us at Etihad. That's going to be.
Oh, they're going to absolutely.
That is going to be the absolute mulling. Oh my god, that goal!
You don't capitulate. You just don't have anything up front.
They don't start. They don't start.
Yeah.
They don't do anything, lad. They just it's the most expensive chaos I've ever seen in my life, lad. They do nothing. None of them know what the plan is. They just play. They just go out on the pitch and go. There
is no plan. We just press with Kante, Gallagher, and Sterling. Kante puts crosses into the box to Chilwell and Aspilicueta, and then that's it. That's what we do.
Oh. My battery's about to die, by the way. If I drop out, lads, it's because my phone's on 1%. You know what I'm saying?
Right, bro,
Let me send this over to. Let me try and send this over to me Lappy Day quick.
Doyle was talking about Liverpool coming back potentially in the next few years. Matisse, what are you thinking about Chelsea? Is it back to top 4 next season, or do you think that this damage is going to take a bit more time to turn around?
I'll be, Poch will come in. I think that's basically pretty much sorted now. It should be. Just they need to get the clear out, and then they need to be getting top 4 in a cup. That's the expectation. That's the aim. That's the objective. That should be the bare minimum. If they have something similar to what Ten Hag has done this season, that would be a big step in the right direction. I think it will be great to see Poch win a trophy. It will put a lot of the stupid bottle of arguments to bed. It will be big for the ownership. They need to get their first trophy through the door. And we need calm. We need calm and stability. You know what I mean? I don't want to see any drama next season now. They've had all their drama. They've made all of their mistakes. I need to see loads of sales and everybody just have a proper preseason now, not jet into LA and Miami and Florida and all these different places and taking lovely pictures. Proper preseason. And then it needs to be a boot camp. If this club is even semi-serious, they need to have preseason like a boot camp, because you can't be pissing around now. That's the most embarrassing season for any top team, really, since I've started watching football in this league. The fall off is insane, absolutely insane. How are you going to be on 39 points in we're going to go into May on 30? That's mad. That's if you think about the points we accumulated at the start of the season. If we had started off like this, we would be in a relegation battle. And I'm not confident this team would get out of a relegation battle, to be honest. I think if we were in a proper relegation battle, I actually think we would get relegated. I'm not even being a drama queen, because when TOBS was telling me, don't be saying about 40 points, you're being silly, talk serious now about European. Nah, brother. Still waiting for my 40 points. I asked for them in January. I'm still here. So it just goes to show, again, I said it. Don't disrespect Villa. Don't disrespect Brighton. Don't disrespect Brentford. These teams you're not walking over these teams. And we are so poorly prepared. We're one of the worst teams in terms of being coached. And then on top of that, we have all the issues of having a squad that is just so big it can't even fit into a dressing room. It's a shambles. It's absolute shambles. So, yeah, man. Thankfully, somebody on Twitter figured out mathematically we can't actually be relegated, because I think the teams down there play each other too many times. They'll take points off each other. So I can rest assured that I'll be in the Premier League next year regardless. But it's mad. It's mad, bro.
Man said, rest assured we're going to be in the Premier League next season. Hey. Where are we? Our 48 minutes, people. We're going to slowly but surely get into the final predictions of the show. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you support the man there. Make sure you use the code TB620 for Manscaped. And let's get the super chats in before we do the predictions. Memphis again says Chelsea do not deserve a spot on this show. What a season. Ice cold. I'll save that one for the end. Isaiah says Lampard is the worst manager in Premier League history.
Potentially.
History, you know. White Owl says Lampard's going straight to prison FC with those criminal tactics. Fuck's sake. That's the ones on Chelsea. Chelsea have Arsenal, so we're going to move on from that and do the last prediction, which is Fulham Man City. I should have got that done when we discussed Arsenal City, but here we are. Hugh, Fulham away. You win, you go top, and that's it.
Yeah, biggest game of the season now. Biggest game of the season. It's there's no point beating Arsenal on Wednesday night if we can't go and beat Fulham on Sunday. But listen, I still don't think they have Mitrovic. I'm not sure what they're still to play for, but nevertheless, Craven Cottage probably won't. It hasn't been an easy place for most teams to go to this season, so I'm not expecting it to be a cruise for us. But I still think with the form we're in and the way we played on Wednesday night, as long as we can keep our professionalism and carry that performance and that momentum we're on right now into Fulham on Sunday, I think we should get the win. Like, it's an opportunity to go top of the table, like you said. That's another massive psychological blow for Arsenal to take going into their Chelsea game, to see their top spot taken off them, which they've had since we drew Nottingham Forest, wasn't it? So that's a big moment for them. And I bet how you can bounce back then against Chelsea on Tuesday. But I'm not making the mistake that some Arsenal fans did. I'm not overlooking any fixtures. Like I keep saying, it's one game at a time. I'm not identifying that Brighton game or our Chelsea game or our Brentford game and saying we win them, we win the league. It's every single one. Every single one is a Champions League final. And Pep has said that this week. The players have said that this week. They've learned from their experiences. They've gained a wealth of knowledge in these situations, and they know not to overlook anybody. So I think that's the approach we'll take this Sunday. But like I said, I can't overlook the form we're in, man. We're lethal going forward. We're solid in defense. And I think I'm going to say 3-0 City.
Easy.
3-0 Hugh City. SAEED?
Yeah, I think this will be one-way traffic. 3-0.
3-0 as well. Grizz has also gone 3-0. Doyle?
Fulham have got a goal in them, lad, and City do concede sometimes, so I'm going to say 3-1 again.
3-1. Matisse?
I'm going to go with a 4-0 City win.
4-0. I'm going to go with a 3-1.
What about me? Forgot me. Huh?
Oh, shit, I did forget you.
Yeah.
Wait.
3-1.
I put Doyle's prediction. Doyle, what did you predict? 3-1?
3-1.
Yeah, I put Doyle's prediction in TOBS' place. TOBS, what did you predict?
3-1.
Oh, that's all right then. Cool. That stays the same. I'm going 3-1. Matisse has gone 4-0. So that's all of the predictions in, I believe. Jashar, I didn't see a super chat, my guy. Apologies. I did not see a super chat. I can't go up too much either. I don't think it'll let me. Let me see if I can find it. Let me whiz through. Nope. My bad, Jashar. You know, if I saw it, I would have brought it up. Ice Cold says, quick question for the man then. Which team do you want to see in the Premier League from the Championship playoffs? Millwall, Blackburn, Middlesbrough, Coventry, Luton. Let's go around. I'll say Blackburn because of Premier League heritage. Hugh?
Yeah, I think it would be a fun away day, so I'll say Blackburn as well.
Borough, Michael Carrick.
Middlesbrough's Premier League heritage as well. Janino, Ravanelli.
Yeah, exactly, man. Remember that? What was it? Macaroni, man. You know what I'm saying?
Bring up Millwall. Bring Millwall.
Absolutely.
Man. I want
That's what we
carnage.
need. Yeah. I want a villain. I want to hate somebody, lad.
Oh,
I want someone to come up and go,
That's
I
nice.
hate these.
Yeah,
That's what you need.
Yes.
Burnley are gone. Burnley have come back up, lad, and they're a different team. They're nice now.
Yeah.
So we need somebody to hate, and the Premier League needs a good old English horrible fucker, lad. And that's what Millwall are.
Go into the den. Go into the den. Oh my days, away from home.
Horrible.
Bring that shit on.
Yes,
I want to see West Ham versus Millwall like the good old days. I want to see, bruv, the budget cuts will not continue at the police, bruv. I want to see it all. I want to see it all, bruv. All of it.
I said I wanted a nice away day, man. I don't think the den doesn't really appeal to me in that way. You know what I mean?
Why do you want?
That's exactly why we want them there. Like,
Shit hole of the ground as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Of course, lad.
You know what?
We need a villain. We need someone to hate, and they will be the perfect candidate for it, lad.
Luton would be good as well. Yeah, Luton.
I agree.
Luton can't even play in their stadium, man. Their stadium doesn't meet Premier League requirements, I believe. They probably have to.
They have to spend 10 million to do it. That's why.
Yeah.
So
Well, could they get that done over the summer? Is the question, I wonder.
Probably not, lad.
Yeah.
So what would happen if they didn't make Premier League requirements and they were in the Premier League and it started next season? What would actually happen to Luton?
Just get a
They'll
load
take
of
Euro
fold-out
brands. They
chairs,
probably
yeah.
deserve it more.
They probably pay at MK or something. Don't know.
Yeah, they probably rent a grand.
Play
or
where?
get
Play
a load
where?
of
Hugh?
fold-out
At our
chairs.
stadium.
Yeah, deserve it more.
That's a trek, man. Let them play at Arsenal Stadium. They're closer.
Nah.
No, they'll play Milton Keynes, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I'm saying? So
we got a couple Blackburns, couple Millwalls, one Middlesbrough, Tobes.
Yeah, I'll go Blackburn as well, just for the heritage.
Blackburn as well. There you go, Ice Cold. Love for the super chat. Something different. And Honesty has a question for Tobes. Opinion on Fabrizio Romano saying Paratici can come back, but in a smaller role.
No, get rid.
Completely clear the deck. I hear you. People, we're going to wrap it up here. Still 5K here, so hit the like button on the way out. We're on 1.5K. Surely we can pass 2K. And a reminder, there's content coming out on the official Big Six channel. Make sure you're subscribed. The link is in the description. And make sure you show the man them some love too. HUGH, SAEED, DOYLE, TOBS, Matisse, and Thuggery. All channel links in the description below. And make sure you subscribe to this channel right here, the road to 100K. I'm on 82 now. Slowly but surely we're getting there, people. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And big up Manscaped, the sponsor. Show the channel some love by showing the sponsor some love. TB620 is the code, or click the link in the description. What's going on?
What?
Nah, Tobes, you're on mute, Tobes.
I was trying to point at it, but it's just, yeah.
Oh, I thought he was pointing at Matisse. I was thinking, what's going on? Is he all right?
He's laughing at himself, lads.
Cool. Yeah, Manscaped TB620. Hit the link in the description. It should apply already. If it doesn't, make sure you check during the checkout process. Add the code if you need to. Love for the love. We're back Monday, 10 p.m. Make sure you're there. Peace. We're out.
This show is sponsored by Manscaped, the leaders in below the waist grooming. Listen up, nerds. If you don't want to be virgins and don't have your balls looking like gremlins, use the code TB620, manscaped.com.